So we have as a guest tonight, not only is he a good friend, not only is he a role model, he's a brother that grew up in the community. He's a brother that knows a lot of people in the community. He's a brother that's coached in the community, teached in the community. He's still in the community. But more importantly, he's just a straight up guy, straight up friend. Um, if you was ever around him, you would know exactly who I'm talking about. Once you see this person, you're gonna say, you know what, I want to be just like him. I want to be fly like me. Because if anybody who know my man B, you know for a fact, you wanted to be fly like B. B used to come in when I was in junior high school because that's when we first met. It might have been either before then, but I remember meeting him in junior high school where I'm like, yo, this dude got the nice sweatsuits on. He got the nice shoes. You know what I'm saying? He coming in drip, drip. He's coming in. He coming in drip, drip. Then he had his ears pierced. He had the nice chain on. So and then he was light skinned. So that kind of made it a little rough on a lot of us dark skinned brothers. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's my man, and I'm glad to have him on my platform, man. It's always good to talk to your family, and I'm always going to consider him my family. So, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting any more time, let's welcome to the A60 show my man Bryan B. Mariner to the stage.
Whoa.
Yeah, B. Did I get you, B? Did I get you, B?
I didn't know it was like that, Al. Wow.
Yeah, man. It was rough on us brothers back in the days, man. It was rough on us. You had it rough on us, man.
What's going on?
Hey, nothing, man. Listen, I just want to say thank you for being a part of the show. Um, I really appreciate you giving me your time home today to be here. So I just want to say thank you, my brother, for being here. You already got somebody, my man Coach D already said, "What's up, B?" He
Big
got you
D.
in here. Coach, you're the number one coach.
What's
You know what I'm
going on?
saying? But I definitely want to say thank you, man. And I think for you, you deserve your flowers because you've been in the community for so long, my brother, and you've done a lot in that community. You helped a lot of our brothers in the community. You gave us reasons: one, to be fly; two, to be cool; three, to play the game, but respect the game and be young men, not young clowns, at an early, early age. And I can only speak for myself from being around you. That's the vibe that I picked up from you. And to this day, you never changed. You've always been who you are. Um, you always been who you are. Always been who you are. And I just want to say thank you, my brother, for everything that you've done for me personally at an early age. And thank you for always being there for me when I needed you. Appreciate you, my brother.
Hey, thanks a lot, Al. Appreciate that.
Don't start crying on here now. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
Uh,
B, so when did you start it? Because I known you from coaching and teaching. When did you start teaching? Was teaching first and then it was coaching?
uh, ooh. I guess I would say, especially since I try to intertwine the teaching and coaching, I would say I probably started coaching first. Started coaching out in Queens when I was about 17. As a matter of fact, and I
Mm,
still have the scorebook. I ran into somebody over the years, about 10 to 15 years ago, another guy I used to play against, and he showed me a scorebook. His father used to run tournaments out here in Queens, a fellow by the name of Sid
mm,
Barnett. He showed me a
mm,
scorebook that he found in his attic that had me coaching a team. I think the first team I coached, I grew up in Hollis, Queens. First team I coached uh, had Boo Harvey on the team.
wow.
And I have the picture because he sent me a picture of the scorebook, and I have that picture. So I would say that was my first foray into coaching,
Mm,
and then from that started working. Once I attended Mega Evans College. Once I working going to school there in the summers, we had a sports camp, and through the sports
mm,
camp, I believe it was my sophomore year in college, I started working with the sports camp. and coaching and just developing love for young people just to do that. So I mean, that's where it all
Mm.
started.
Now, you play ball yourself, right? I never had. I mean, I seen you play every once in a while, little specks here and there. But what was it like you playing ball? When did you start playing ball too?
I think I started playing about, I would say about 10, 11 years old.
Hmm.
Uh, I was what you would call a complimentary player, always been that
Hmm.
way. But you say you saw specs, Al. I got to fast forward here a little bit because you
Okay,
got it. I believe I came to Lefferts when you were seventh grade or was it eighth grade?
I think you got there my eighth grade year.
Okay, so you and Tim both same grade, same grade?
Yeah, me and Tim. Yep, me and Tim.
Same grade.
You, Jimmy.
Okay, so I
You.
think
Yep.
you should have got it that first year in the student staff game if we had one, because I know every year for 30 years that I was there, we do that student staff thing at least once a year, and I've been giving the kids triple doubles for about 27 of those 30 years.
Well, I don't
That's
know
pretty
who
much
you
like
was
the only
giving it
time.
to.
I'm sorry.
I don't know who you was giving it to in them staff games, but I can tell you that I don't think I got any part of that situation. But I would probably say, you know what? I think when we played Dobie, when you was at the school, I think we were just playing for fun. I don't think we actually was doing a staff game at that particular time. Because remember, Hayward was there when you
Right,
was there, Mr.
right,
Pitts, Mr.
right.
Mercer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was some ball players actually, and I think we used to just play on a Friday. I don't think because we had our little group. We had Jimmy U, we had a couple guys. Tim, we'll come in and you'd be like, "Yo, let's just go play for a couple of hours." Life would come in there and play. Rest in peace, Life. So I think that's what it was. I don't think it was ever a staff game that I can remember that we played in.
I
And I
think you're
mean,
right. You know what? Because once Mr. Haywood left the school and Mr. Pitts pretty much stopped coaching, I think that's when I started setting up the student staff game. So my first 3 or 4 years, I don't think we did, but ever since then, I think we used to do it. And you're
yeah,
absolutely right. Yeah, it was the Fridays because we would let they would have a couple of you youngsters come on in there and play with us as well. I do remember
hmm
that now.
yeah, we had to get approval.
I'm sorry.
We had to get approval.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because you couldn't you couldn't just
Not just a
y'all wasn't just letting anybody walk up in that gym on a
right.
Friday and get
Right.
dressed and play. No, 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 you can't play now. You gotta go home. Like you wasn't letting that. And it was
You
a
definitely
small
had
group of us.
you had to get it from Mr. Mercer, Mr. Pitts. If they didn't sign
Oh
for it, it wasn't happening.
man.
Right.
Yeah, if they wasn't signing off on it, it wasn't going down.
No.
Your boy Roy said your age and memory might be going.
And my man Roy. Oh, Roy. Roy.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, Roy?
Dwayne Archibald, he said, my man Mariner, good dude.
Matter of
He
fact,
said you was a
Dwayne is one of
lockdown
those.
defender.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody that knows me, which I'm surprised you don't. Anybody that knows me knows that was my forte. Ain't
It's
had
because
much
you probably never
offense.
locked me down. Probably never locked me down. I can't speak
Listen,
on what you didn't do with anybody else, brother. You gotta
I
come on now. Whatever you did with somebody else, now you can't say you did me that way. That's
think
all
you
I'm
can.
saying.
You know what it is? I think you came a little too early because I'm about motivating young people and young minds, and I might not have wanted to put it on somebody like you or Tim or Jimmy you at that early an
Mhm.
age and discourage you from furthering your basketball career. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that. I hear that. I hear that extra.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? I hear that. But
pretty much what it
at
was.
that time though, but at that time, we knew what it was. We knew what the smoke was. We
Hmm.
knew you had some game because we would watch you. We'll peep you. But I don't know. I don't know all that shutdown crap you talking about. But
Ah,
Roy said he went easy on you. He probably did, Roy. That I don't remember, but I don't remember that. I know he's seen me play a lot, but I don't know lockdown. I don't know about that. But okay, but
yeah, we
I
can
can
move
only
on.
speak for we can move on for that, but we'll get back to that later on in the
Yes,
conversation.
yes.
So your basketball career, how did that go for you? I know you said at 10 and you kept playing since
Uh,
then.
yeah, I had an unfortunate experience in high school. Went to Forest Hills
Mhm.
High School out here in Queens. Interesting story. Kind of shaped my whole life. Uh, I didn't know I come from a poor background. So when
Mhm.
I entered Forest Hills, for whatever reason, I'm a shy person. I'm somewhat introverted. Don't do a lot of talking. Uh,
Mhm.
so I didn't have the wherewithal to just ask like around the school like when are tryouts. So I didn't even know when
Mhm.
tryouts took place ninth grade. 10th grade
Mhm.
comes, and I knew about the trials, but my mom didn't have the money to get me to go get a physical. You need to get a physical. So she didn't have the 20, 30,
Mhm.
$40, whatever it was, whatever it took to go get a physical. So I couldn't get a physical. So I couldn't try out then. So then in between
Mhm.
I think it was the summer, not summer, the spring semester in school of 10th grade, I'm in gym class one day. And I'm in the class, and the gym teacher had it split up. He had half the gym class playing softball, the other half playing handball. I'm with the handball half, but I wasn't playing at the time. I was waiting for winners. So then a friend of mine asked me, he says, "Hey B, yo, come on out. We short a player. Come on out and play some softball. We need a center fielder." So I'm like, okay, I look to see where the gym teacher was, and then I sneak on over. So we
Mhm.
play a softball game, and all of a sudden the gym teacher notices I'm out there, and he screams. He says, "Hey Mariner, what are you doing out there?" And as young people, that peer influence is the strongest, right? So when he yelled at me,
Right.
all my boys started going like, "Ooh, ooh, oh, he just punked him," all that type of thing, right? So nobody wants to be punked at such a young age, right? So when he asked me, "Well,
Mhm.
what are you doing?" So I shot back. I said, "What's it look like? I'm playing center field." So he screams at me, "That's it, -5." My friends again, they go, "Ooh, ooh, ooh," right? So I
Uh
say,
huh.
"I don't care." "Oh, really? Okay, -10." They go, "Ooh, ooh," again. So then I did something that's very uncustomary for me. I cursed. I say, "F it, take 15." He says, "That's it. You fail." Right? So I'm not thinking
Mhm.
anything of it. A couple weeks pass by. Sure enough, the report cards come out, and this guy fails. I never failed a class.
Wow.
Failed gym that one time. I couldn't go home and tell
Wow.
why I failed. Like, "Well, Brian, why'd you fail gym?" "Well, Ma, I failed because I cursed at the teacher." Because then she would have put it on me. So I say to myself,
Mhm.
I come from a family of 10, right? It's a bunch of us. I said, "Well, no, Ma, that was when uh, you couldn't wash the clothes. You didn't have money to wash the clothes, and my gym uniform was in there. So there was like 2 or 3 weeks straight that I wasn't prepared for gym." Again, mom is dealing with single parent, dealing with 10 kids.
Right. Right.
So it made sense. Okay, maybe that did happen. So she didn't question it. So here comes 11th grade. I can't even try out because I failed gym that last marking period. 12th
Oh
grade,
man.
I'm probably, not probably, I'm sorry, and I don't often toot my own horn, but I'm the second best guard in the school behind
Mhm.
Kenny Patterson. Right? And Kenny
Mhm.
was a man. He was a grade below me. Should have been me and him in that starting backcourt. But because the coach, he thought he had some sort of intricate offensive and defensive, game plan, it was very rare that he would take a senior who's never played for him before. So in the
Mhm.
tryouts, the only time I ever tried in high school, I'm killing him. I'm killing him. But because this is the way he rolls, he didn't put me down. So I never got a chance to play any high school ball, which is why I ended up at Meg Evans College.
So wait, you
And
never played high school basketball?
and I can say this: had I played, right, this is just me. This is my
Mhm.
own opinion, right?
Right. Right.
Patterson. I don't know if you know of Kenny Patterson, how tough Kenny was. Kenny's All
Mhm.
American, went to DePaul, second round draft choice, NBA, never made it because the question is jump shot. But
Mhm.
he just needed another ball handler or someone with good basketball IQ. And I like to
That can
think,
get him that route.
bam, or just break a
Mhm.
little press. So we played
Mhm.
uh, Andrew Jackson, which is now Campus Magnet. We faced them in I think it was the semifinals. And on that
Mhm.
Campus Magnet team, uh, they had, I believe, 6 D1s. You had Georgia, and these names you probably wouldn't be familiar with. George Allen, who went to Pittsburgh. You had Eddie Harris, went to Iona. You had Vernon Moore, went to Creighton. You had what was Gay Harris. I think he went to Niagara, and then there was a couple others, but they were loaded. And all they kept doing was pressing. And once they get it out of Kenny's hands, it was pretty much turnovers. So I'm sitting there watching this game. I'm like, Jesus, if the guy would have had the wherewithal, just put me down. And I think they beat us by like 3-4 points or what have you. And then they ended up playing Hamilton in the championship, would be the Washington, Cary Scurry, Jerry Ice.
Yeah, I heard Hamilton had a crew over
They
there.
had a crew. They had a crew.
Man.
So that's pretty much how I ended up in Meg Evans. Never played.
So now, the interesting thing is, I never played high school basketball either.
Right.
So, I played baseball. That was my thing.
Right.
So to hear you actually say you never played high school basketball is good, because good in the sense that I want kids to understand that even though you don't have to play high school sports, and you still have an opportunity to make it. You just have to find another way to make it, and you got to push to get there. So that's interesting that you said that. So now you at Mega.
Right.
What was that like?
Mega was Mega. Mega was a beautiful experience. I mean, I sit back sometimes. I say if I had to do all over again, I would try to go to school, campus life, what have you. But then I sit back. I remember. I mean, it was nothing but love at Mega. I mean, I got nothing but great memories as a student, as a coach. It was I don't even know where to start. Mega was beautiful. Mega was beautiful.
I know. I don't like that little cheap smile that you always have, B, every once in a while. I kind of feel like there's this underlining thing there that you don't want to let look. Roy said Greg Vaughn. Roy said Greg Vaughn influence.
You know what it is. Mega in my time was an institution of hanging out. We did more time socializing and hanging out than we more time doing that than what was spent in the classroom. And I was fortunate enough to have a solid foundation, elementary school, junior high, high school, before to go to college, not put the necessary time in the classroom, and still pass classes. Like school it wasn't that difficult for me, because I had a good high school and junior high school foundation, so it wasn't that difficult. So that allowed for a lot of hanging out, good time, good people.
There's a lot of hanging out. Hold on one second, B.
Yeah.
Get my light turned on. So now that you're done, let's just say your basketball career, Mega's done. What's next for B after you're done with college?
After I'm done with college, as I said, I started coaching at about 17, so I never lost. And that's where I realized, this is something I want to do. So I'm working with the Board of Ed. I hadn't because I hung out so much, I didn't get that degree in the 4 years I was supposed to. I had to do another year and a half, right? So while I'm working towards that, with the Board of Ed doing substance abuse prevention counseling, what you call the acronym is a SAPIS worker. We had there was a lady in the student government president at Meg Evans, which was you would know her as Ayanna Van Zandt. Big time. That's one of Oprah Winfrey's girls now. She's big time motivational speaker. She's got her own network, all those things. She was our student government president. She knew of a program that needed a couple of young Black positive role models to work in the school.
Wait a minute, that's the chick that be doing the one-on-ones and all that type of stuff, like
a whole bunch of that. Yeah, she was our
okay.
At the college at the time, she had some connections. Long story short, she links me and another brother up. So that's how we got with the board. So my first 3 years, I was doing the substance abuse prevention counseling. And
Mm-hmm.
then one of the principals at the school I was at, I guess she saw my value, she saw my worth. She was like, Mr. Mariner, we need you in the classroom, not, popping in a class, because the way they did it, you might go and do presentations one class per week and then go to the next class. But she was saying, we need you. We need more black males in the classroom. I need you. She basically forced me to go down to the Board of Education and take the teaching test to teach.
Mm-hmm.
So once I did that, I passed that. I was eligible to now become a substitute teacher. And while I was still, mulling whether or not I'm going to do that or just stay with what I was doing, my
Mm-hmm.
college coach for 2 years, Greg Vaughn, he was once they had let him go at Mega, he went over to Prospect Heights and was coaching the
Mm-hmm.
JV over there.
Mm-hmm.
He was refereeing a game out here in Queens over in 40 Projects, big time game, money game, with a bunch of the big, the big Willie drug dealers out
Yeah,
here,
no doubt, no
and
doubt.
all that. They had a whole bunch of high profile players playing. Boo Harvey was playing in that, True Carter, a bunch of cats. And while he's refing the game, he makes a call. One of they don't agree with the call. One of the people on the sidelines, one of the local fellas comes over, punches him, you know, what you call sucker punches him,
Mm-hmm.
knocks him down. He hits the pavement, bumps the head, goes into the coma. He passes. A couple days later.
Wow. Rest in peace, coach.
Right. So what happened with that? So based on now, I'm looking at it weeks later. There was an opportunity there. Now they have a open a position over at Prospect Heights. So I went by, I spoke with Debbie McIntosh, who was the coach back at that point. I told her, let her know who I was, and I would love to follow in Coach Vaughn's footsteps here. Blase, blase. They set up the interview with the AD, the principal. They gave me the job, so that's how I got into it. I was coaching over
So, so you
Prospect
was at the Heights?
at Prospect Heights. I was a coach at Prospect. That's another, my early connection with all the fellas from Leftis and all that. I coached who I had,
Right, right, right.
had Romeo, I had
Bro.
Lorenzo Hall,
Uh-huh.
I had Derek Williams, rest in peace. Who else you might
Did,
know?
did, C- did Cito play for you too? Cito?
Cito played, Glenn
Okay.
Young, Jerry Gell.
She young boy. Woo.
Yeah. Oh, we were loaded.
Donald Taylor. Donald
No, Donovan
Taylor.
was on the varsity at that time. But when I came there,
Oh,
Donovan was
was it?
a junior. Right.
Okay, 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 okay.
But we were loaded. Colin Miller. I know I'm missing a couple. Lamont Bishop, rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, who else? Kelvin Nichols. Another fellow named Masai. I can't remember Masai's last name, but I know he had a whole lot of game. I had probably the toughest backcourt in the city, bar none, with him and Glenn Young in the backcourt.
That
Tough.
boy Glenn Young was special, man.
He was.
What was Glenn Young like at that age in high school?
Glenn was tough.
Because I got a chance to play against him in the Stars. So what was
Right.
that like?
At you're talking about at 13, 14. I mean, he was
Yes, yes.
appropriately named the general because he just ran things. I mean, never sweat, cool, calm, collected, under pressure. I mean, teams knew better than to try and press us because we had too much firepower in that backcourt. Too much. Too much. And Glenn was the folk, he was the leader of all of that. Hurt my heart the
Wow.
next year. He transferred over. I don't think I would have had him on the JV level again anyway, but he transferred over to Bishop Lagler. Because Sel Jefferson was his. They were like brothers. Sel would actually be at
Mm-hmm.
some of our practices, just watching what have you, and then him and Glenn after practice was over, they go do whatever they're doing. But I think he was
So
the one that convinced him, yo, come on over here to Bishop Lagler. Then he goes over there and nothing get the playing time that he should have got.
yeah, because our guy Sherman Anderson was over there.
How about that? Right,
Sherman went there.
right,
Yeah, Sherman when Sherman left us, that's where he went. He went, went to
right.
Bishop Lockland. Isn't
Mm-hmm.
that something?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, wow.
Glenn was tough though.
Hmm. Yeah, Glenn should have stayed at the Heights, D. That's guaranteed. He should have stayed at the Heights.
Oh,
I don't know
absolutely.
why he went over there. But you got to remember, too, he's from the Star, so Lachlan is home. That's a home
Right.
game. Those are all home games for him.
You know,
So,
had he stayed, I think at the Heights, Heights might have got a city championship. Because Donald's
really?
a junior, Glenn is a freshman, right? So senior year, they would have had to give, even though I'm trying to think who the guards were. It was Donald, it was Charles Branwell, it was Sean. Can't remember Sean's last name. Trying to think who the guards were, but they could have. If he stays, I think we take a city championship. And I think they were in the B division at the time.
Oh, no
There was
doubt.
a lot. There was a lot of talent over there in Prospect Heights. A lot of talent.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, that neighborhood talent is better than anything. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
absolutely.
Uh, um, just a couple of things. People are in here. Don't worry, I'm gonna ask him those questions. He got questions. I'm gonna ask you those questions. But like I said, people want to show you some love. Tim Yu is in here saying thanks for always showing him love, respect in the hood. He told
Man,
me to tell you
Tim,
that. Kenny Archibald is in here. He said, "What's up, B? Big B."
oh, bro, there.
So you know, we got a whole bunch of others. You know, it's some questions I already know what to ask you, but they want it now, and I'm like, don't worry, it's
Okay.
coming. Take it easy. Take it easy. So now you got Prospect Heights. How do you get over the Lefferts?
Well, I was already at Lefferts. That's what I'm saying. Once I
Oh, you was
had,
already there.
I
Okay,
had
okay,
to
okay,
take the
okay,
teaching exam to
okay.
become a coach. Like nowadays, even though you have a lot of high school coaches that are coaching without a teaching license, I had to
Yeah,
get a
that's
license.
true.
And that was the only reason I actually got into teaching because I wanted to coach. You know, the opportunity was there, but they said if you want to coach, you have to get a teaching license. So it was that combined with the principal at my school, 282, that I was at, with her needling me and staying after me, Mr. Mariner, go do this, go do this, go do this. It was that combination that led me to go ahead and get it, and then I was able to coach.
Oh, that's what's up. Scotty Pip said, "What's up, Coach Mariner?"
Hip
Carlton
hip.
Foster is in here. They all saying, "What's up to you, my brother?" So I know when you get over the Lefferts. Now I didn't get a chance to play for you,
Right,
but you was the gym teacher at the time.
right. I know where you go. Go ahead. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to skip a segment real quick and get to this game.
Right.
Now, us playing satellite,
Uh-huh.
that was your crew, wasn't that your crew? That was where you was coaching, right?
When I was doing the drug counseling, that was the
Uh-huh.
school I was at, Satellite West. Yes.
Okay. All right. Why did you schedule that game for us to scrimmage that team, man?
I set it up because Mr. Haywood, obviously, I wasn't playing a whole bunch of games. I'm still there, you know, every day after I finish at Lefferts, I run down there to coach those kids over that way. And we didn't have many games, so I just thought it'd be a good game.
Yeah, all right.
I didn't take into account the neighborhood, Al. I took none of that into account. I
Well,
had
listen.
known, again, you got to understand, I'm a young person with the Board of Education now, right? I know Crown Heights.
Okay.
I'm a Queens cat.
Right.
Crown
Right.
Heights. I know as a youngster, you know, I can go back to that also. I know as a youngster getting chased, as a Queens youngster getting chased, St. John's Rec from Brooklyn, USA, after they punched us by about 50. They say, no, not
Mm-hmm.
only we're going to punch you, now we're going to punch you. So they chased us all the way to the J train, throwing rocks, bottles, and all that. So again, I didn't know Brooklyn the way I know Brooklyn now.
Wait. You said the J trade?
Yes, we're going back.
They punched. Oh my
Listen to me.
God.
Let's regress for a second. I'm so sorry. I got to share the story out. This
Go
is
ahead. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
this is eighth grade, right? I'm getting ready to go. This is the summer of eighth grade. Playing citywide over at Montebello Park in Queens. So then they have the tryouts for the citywide all-star team, right? Take like the top five from each borough. We went to Riverside Church. We had the tryouts, right? So we had the tryouts. Uh, I ended up for some reason, I don't know. They needed a lunch pail bucket type of guy, I guess, on the team. I actually made the team with some real. I actually made the team. Kenny Patterson got cut from the team, right? So on that
Whoa.
team was loaded. Myself, well, I'm saying myself. I was on the end of the bench, right? We had Beetle
Right.
Washington. We had Lester Barrow, Mo Les. We had Mo Hicks, Coach, what have you. We had,
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, I think Jerry Ice Reynolds was on the team. We had another kid, Rory Grimes, went up to Iona. Loaded with nothing but D1 cats that ended up going D1 after, once they got through high school. So I
Mm-hmm.
make that. So I kind of, I get acquainted with Beetle, Mo, and all those guys. And Mo ended up playing with me mega late anyway. So now we're playing in the playoffs. Top two teams each borough will make the playoffs. We the second seed in Queens. Second seed has to play the first seed from Brooklyn. First time I ever been to St. John's Recreation Center. We have a sponsor, right? We come from Queens, and over the years, back in my day, Al, right? People would look at Queens, or Queens are those privileged people coming from houses.
Right. Right.
They didn't know my story. Privilege, I couldn't even spell it.
Right.
So we go out. We
Right.
have a sponsor, local sponsor, sponsored our team. We got uniforms, we got sneakers, we got warm-ups, we got all that. We go to St. John's Rec. We come in there oblivious to what was getting ready to happen. We come in here, we have a nice little warm routine we go through, passing the ball, that whole back, a whole bunch of stuff, looking good in our green and white. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Team on the other end, they looking at us like, ain't paying no attention. And we just know, we getting ready to crack their ass, right? I'm looking at it now. Again, I'm a defensive stopper, but on that team, they counted on me for a little offense as well. So I'm looking now, right? And we play nothing but man. And I always got to pick who I want to check. So I see this little fat guy. So as we coming up, I got the fat guy. I figure I can, no problem here, and then I can focus on the offensive end. As soon as they throw that ball out, little fat guy gets it. I'm on him. Right by me, layup. Come back, right by me, assist, layup. Little fat guy, that was Beetle that I was trying to check. He must, I don't have
It was Beetle?
Gave me the business, right? They ended up, like I said, beating us. It was Beetle, it was Mo Les. I remember him crying on the bench because he wasn't getting the burn he thought he was supposed to be getting. The team was loaded. Ended up beating us by about 50. So we figured, like I said, it's time to go home now. Everything is good. We get dressed, we crying like little babies, walking, coach with us and everything. We got about 2 blocks. We was walking up towards Atlantic Avenue. And then once we get about 2 blocks away, and then all of a sudden the first bottle. Like you think that was a problem now at Satellite West. The bottle is launched. We turn around. We're like, what's going on? And I can't say it was Beetle and the kids that just beat us that were chasing us. I think it was just that whole Bed-Stuy type of thing. Albany Projects. I think it wasn't them. It was Albany Projects chasing us. So we just they launching rods. Same thing like it's Satellite West. But it's a whole different dynamic because I'm 11 years old. I'm scared to death. We crying. I guarantee you, a couple of us makes pissed on themselves. But thank God, through the grace of God, we made it to that train. It happened to be a train right there. We got on and we got home. Never came back out to Brooklyn to play again until I went to Mega Evans. I was scared to death.
Yeah, that sound like Albany Projects. Shout out to Albany Projects. Yeah. The dudes didn't play when it came. You came to Brooklyn, it was a different ball game.
Yeah, different ball game.
But it was different. But we didn't know what to expect when we was at Satellite. And I'm going to tell you why. You bringing us here. So we thinking we good money. You our gym teacher. You bringing us here. We good. We got Mr. Diesel, Mr. Haywood with us.
Absolutely.
We good money. We did not know beating y'all by 50 that we was going to get jumped coming out.
You beat us by 50?
The joint. We crushed y'all, bro. It was a wrap.
But
the game was over the game was over in the first half. I put it to you that way.
You got to remember, though, the ones that chased us, right? And the key here is chase us.
What you mean us? You got in your car. You got in your car.
Hell, I was in the train station with y'all, bro.
You ran with me?
I was in the train station. I walked y'all
Yo,
to the grave.
Tim U, do you remember this? Tim U, do you remember BB
No,
with
forget
us?
Jim U. Is Jimmy U on? Ex Jimmy U. He'll tell you. I'm looking,
He
I'm
ain't on. He
looking,
ain't
I'm
on.
looking in train cars, Al, to see.
Okay.
Okay, let me see who's here. Because you remember they chased us into the train station, still throwing the bottles.
They
I was
did.
down there with
They
y'all.
did. That's right.
A couple of these clowns ran
Okay.
right by me. And then once y'all got on,
Wow.
then I came back up and went back. But that
Oh, Tim,
wasn't
you say
the
yeah.
kid. That
Tim,
wasn't the
you say
kid.
yeah.
That wasn't the kids from Satellite West. Because those were
Oh,
all
that was the neighborhood. That was the neighborhood, right?
That
Yeah.
was what's
Because
the project right there?
I was just about to say the project was right across the street.
Right
Right
across
when
the
we
street.
walked out, it was right across the street. Because, and this is how we knew it was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
At halftime, the gym got empty.
I don't
The game
remember that.
wasn't
Really?
even over.
Right.
The halftime, we all on the bench, and we like, yo, because Hayward pulled us all out. You know, the
Right.
starters, he pulled us out. He was like,
Right.
yo, man, just sit here because it'll make no sense for us to go back in the game. At halftime, the gym cleared out.
Okay.
Real talk. And then Hayward talking about, yo, don't run. Don't run. Hayward, don't run. You stay here, bro. You good. You get. I think he was the first one to get hit. If I'm not
Yes.
mistaken.
Yes.
My man Hayward. That was my man.
I thought Haywood was getting ready to square up because a couple cats ran right by Haywood, and I saw him posturing like he was getting ready to knock some kids out. But then
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we got to school the next day. We saw that blicky on his eye. It didn't look good for him.
It's good times, huh?
It was a great time.
We can live here. We can live to tell about it, baby.
But I wanted to ask you this question, B, because I remember, I always did. The funny thing is, B, you was teaching us softball in 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade.
Right.
Because you used to take us outside when it was warm, and we used to play softball. And I still remember the 2 balls me and Jimmy you hit on the roof, and I think we bust one of the windows.
I think so.
And I think you told us that we couldn't play no more after we did that. After that, because you was like, yo, you keep losing all the balls, man. We ain't gonna have no balls to play with. But my thing with you is, you see me at a young age. What did you think when you saw me play basketball? Like, what did you think? Because you saw me at a young age. Not too many people. I know most of my friends that's on here. This is my family. Everybody that's on here is family. So we keeping it real here. But you actually saw me. You went to school. You was my teacher. You saw. Like, what did you see? Did you think I was going to stay with it or I was going to stop?
Be quite honest, because you are a hard worker. If I had a top 10 hard working crew, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would be part of that crew. The talent wasn't there, like it wasn't a high talent level, but you one of them cats that would run through the wall if I told you to run through the wall. You were that energy guy. Like I'll be the first to tell you, like once you started to lost touch, high school and what have you. But then when I started hearing these things, like when you're playing in the pro-am circuit or whatever, this anti-gravity guy, right? I was hearing his name a couple of times. And then once I don't even know where I was, but the first time I saw you playing, I'm like, wait a minute, they talking about Alvin? He's anti-gravity. And then when I saw, I don't know, it might have been on a layup line or maybe ending or whatever, and when I saw your element, I'm like, oh, shit, where did Al get that from? But it was destiny. You're always a hard worker. Like, no flash. Like, it's not like you're going to drop somebody with a crossover or whatever, but you're just going to run by cats. You had that speed, you had the athleticism, and just that desire. I'm going to get this bucket. I'm going to go hard. You was a gritty fella, man. That's what I saw early.
I respect that, B. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Do you remember us playing? I remember when you did the summer youth camps in the summer, right? At Mega.
Right.
And do you remember letting us play against the summer youth basketball team? Me, Jimmy U, Pop, couple of other brothers in the neighborhood. And you know what? It was random. I'm gonna tell you how random it was.
Right.
You said during the week, yo, one day I'm gonna invite y'all in to play because we used to always come up there and mess with you.
Right.
You'll be in there, we'll go in there and mess around. You didn't say anything, but you was like, all right, now when the camp's going on, y'all guys got to break out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
And I think one day you was like, yo, I'm gonna let y'all come in here and scrimmage. One day I'm gonna let y'all come in here and scrimmage against the guys because they said there were some ball players in the group
Was,
in the
was
camp, I
Dwayne
guess.
Archibald in summer camp? Because that's where I met Dwayne. I met Archibald before
Well, you got to
I
remember,
left him.
Dwayne's younger than me, so he might have been. He might have been,
Okay.
but he was real. If he had to be very young, maybe a couple
Okay.
years younger, maybe a couple years younger. But
Right.
whatever it is, they had. He was like, "Yo, they got some ballers. You know, I want y'all to come in here and see if they can really ball."
Right.
So we was like, "All right, cool." And I think one day you just said, "Yo, y'all come to the gym this day," and we was like, "All right, cool, we gonna come." So when
Okay.
we got there, we thought we was just really just gonna run with them. We didn't think we was gonna have the whole gym fully packed in there with referees and everything.
Right.
And you had the whole gym in there packed, and you let us scrimmage. Like that was just, I thought that was amazing. I was like, do you remember that game? Like that was
I remember
crazy.
the gym being packed. Tell me who won, man.
It wasn't y'all. You think I'm gonna tell, you think I'm gonna tell a story that we lost? You think
You sure about that, man?
I think you know what we won by like 1 or 2 points. I put it to you that
Okay.
way.
Okay. I think I do.
I do.
I do remember the gym being packed for a game, and we didn't play
And,
many
and,
games with the summer camp. So
and
I
you know
think
what?
yes.
The thing is, you said you know you seeing me jump the way you saw. You ain't seen me dunk in that game.
Wait a minute. You banged it on somebody in the summer youth game? I don't remember that, man. I don't. I don't remember that.
That's why you need Jimmy U on here to contest all that
Yeah,
stuff.
where's Jimmy at, man?
Because Jimmy was it. Jimmy played in that game. My man JC made rest in peace. He played in that game. Little Pop, who had the little handles, he was at Leffers with us. He played in that game. We
Okay.
only had about 7 to 8 dudes. Like honestly, like we only had about 7 to 8 dudes. You know what I'm saying? That was coming out
Okay.
there and we was playing. But that was the stuff that you was doing in the community.
Okay.
You kept the community connected. Like you was like, yo, come on, y'all my little homies, y'all come up here and rock out. I see what y'all doing, come rock out. Like those are the things that you was doing for us in the community. That's why I think so much people have so much respect for you. B, my man Tree said, "What's up to you, B?" Nothing but respect.
Tree top.
So I think that's why a lot of brothers respect you because you always just took it upon yourself to do more for us. You never separate us. You just, yo, come on, y'all the little homies in the hood. Let's come play some ball. You know that. I guess that was your way of keeping us off the street too.
Pretty
You
much.
know what I'm saying? So I just want to say thank you for that. But now you coaching these players. You coaching Mega, right? You at Mega. You coaching.
Right.
You got the job. What was that like coaching those dudes over there? Because you got some dudes that's kind of pissed off on you about one game. But we're gonna wait for
Yeah, I'm
that game. We're
sure.
gonna talk
I'm
about
sure. I didn't
yeah,
set it
we
up. That fellow Roy set it up.
Oh, so
I
Roy,
would
we gonna blame you with
yeah,
that,
I
Roy.
would know better. I would know better. But again, that was also an invention. I
Okay.
wouldn't change a thing.
Hmm.
None but great memories. Aside from that one day, none but great memories. I mean, we didn't win as much my first couple of years because I was excited about it. I'm new to this college thing. I had applied for a position because I was assistant coach there for about 5 or 6 years before Roy decided to give me the job. So I really, the fact that he had the trust in me to finally give me that job. I was really excited. I'm going to coaching camps. I'm
Mm-hmm.
scouting games. I'm trying to recruit and do what I can. And it's a real difficult thing on the Division III level, in
Hmm.
especially in a school that had the reputation that Meg Evans had at that time. Because academically at the time, Mega wasn't a school that you would. It wasn't like, and I don't know how to lie to people's parents to this day. Uh,
Hmm.
so it's a little difficult to go and try and recruit somebody. And you're talking to a parent, or you're talking to that young man, and you tell them like, "Yeah, come to Mega. Oh, we're a great institution of higher learning. We can do this, we can do that." And truth be told, we really couldn't. It wasn't a whole the graduation rate wasn't the greatest. The academics there weren't again passing class in Mega wasn't difficult for me. I didn't put the type of, as a student, I didn't put the type of work I needed to put in there.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just came easy, and it wasn't. I pretty much had uh, just got what came, just walked through the door. Now I was fortunate
Mm-hmm.
that there was some talented fellas walking through that door. It was a combination of what walked through the door, and I had like a 3, 4, 5 year run with my man D'Artagnan, who had just started coaching with his X-Men. He started sending me some players, and he sent me some of my better players. Sent me Aaron Walker, sent me Darius, sent me oh God, no, I'm missing some other people. He sent me some really good players over the years. But I would always say, we'd sit there, we'd have just as much talent, maybe more, than some of the other CUNY schools, but we just couldn't put it together. Now I don't know if that had something to do with my coaching or lack of coaching or whatever, or it might have just been the fact that there's a reason. If you have people with the talent that we had, there's a reason that they end up in a D3 and not a D2 or D1. Because make no mistake about it, I had some cats there that had D1 talent.
Okay.
And
Do you remember some of your players?
I'm sorry.
Do you remember some of the players that you had that was there?
Oh, absolutely. Like I say, with Aaron Walker, he'll go down in infamy. I don't know. You should know Aaron, right?
Yeah, I know A. I know A. With
Right.
the boys and girls, that's my guy. Yeah.
Bingo. Darius. I'm trying to think what Darius's last name was.
Jamal McGuire.
Bingo. Hello. There you go.
Man, that's Baby Jordan. Baby Jordan.
There you go. Like I said, God sent me quite a few of the X-Men. I had what was this other kid's name? I had a fellow from Queens, transferred out of Queens College. Corey, what was Corey's last name? Corey Jones. Might have been the best shooter I ever had over there. Got a shout out. I got a shout out, my people. Darren D1 Jackson.
That's my boy, D Jack. D.
Got a shout out, Darren.
Crazy D.
Crazy D. Desmond Campbell.
Desmond.
Can't forget my man, Lil Bill. Who has to deal with the foolishness when we talk about that one day. I think he might be the only guy that catches the same amount of heat as I do because Bill was my fearless general at the time. And we got punched, but it had nothing to do with Billy's exploits. Bill gave us everything.
My man Bugsy.
Yeah.
Chim, you said Foof was the best player you had.
Foof. Forgot about. I forgot about Foof, baby. I forgot about Foof. You know what? Yeah, let's keep it the Crown Heights. Had Foof came in.
Yeah, I was about to say everybody. You had the Claytons. You had the Clayton brothers that came through there.
Well, Jabbar came and played after I left, right? Had Romeo came and played for me. Followed me from Prospect. Had another kid, Kelvin Nichols, came over. Had Colin Miller, also followed me from Prospect Heights, came over and played. Who else in the neighborhood? Tree. How could I forget my man Tree?
You can't forget Tree.
Nice
Tree was there.
Game, you know what I'm saying?
Tree. They had the best handball player. My man Tree.
Where did I hear that, man? Somebody was interviewing Tree. They were talking about his handball game, and I never.
Listen. So people don't know that before Tree played. Tree's in the room too, but I ain't gonna let him come on here. But Tree played handball first. Right. Me and Tree used to play handball. Me, Tree, Ishmael, we used to play handball.
Okay.
And we were actually really good. We used to travel with that and everything. They took Tree from the handball court because they needed a tall body to come play basketball.
Right.
So that's how Tree got into basketball. But Tree played handball. And Tree was, I'm not just saying that because that's the bro. Tree was good in handball. Like, if he wanted to play professional, he could have played professional. Like, that's real talk. Yeah, Tree was good. You know what I'm saying? We played. So before he got into basketball. Remember, he's tall. We in our teens, he's 6'4", 6'5". Yo, we need you, bro. Come grab a rebound.
Okay,
block a shot, do something.
he was that size as a 12, 13, 14-year-old. Okay.
Listen, you got to remember, I'm 5'5". Anything
Right.
over me look tall. I'm just
Gotcha.
telling you.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, that was my man. He played basketball. That's how he got into basketball because we took him from the handball court. So yeah. So that was my dog doing that
That might
over there.
explain why Tree didn't like to really mix it up down low either. The fact that he was so
Oh,
right.
so I guess it comes out now that he wasn't physical. Okay.
No, he definitely wasn't physical, but that didn't take anything away from his basketball skills. He could definitely put up that little mid
Mm-mm.
for sure. You
Nah,
know?
he would hit you in your head with that mid range all day, every
Absolutely.
day.
Absolutely.
He
I'm still
definitely will
looking at
hit you with that.
I'm still looking at this food thing here, though, man.
Oh, you see it, right? You see it, right? You see it down there. You see it.
Who used to get
So
upset? Where's Food at now? Huh?
he's gonna get on here when it's probably over or almost over.
That
But
man, Food.
so he had hit me, and he said, "Yo, you gotta ask B about the game." And I said, "I will. I'll ask him."
Uh-huh.
And I think he wanted to know if y'all got paid for them to get blown out like that. And
We
I'm
did.
like,
We
"No, I'm
did.
sure you did.
Yeah.
I'm sure you did."
Well, that's the nature of college basketball. When you have those games, anytime you got a D1 playing a D2 or a D2 playing a D3, it's a pay to play game. We coming from Mega. We're CUNY school. We ain't got no money. We ain't got no sneaker contracts or whatever. So I guess my man Roy, my good buddy, the AD over there at the time.
Roy, you set it up, baby. We know
He
you
saw
got
the
that under money
opportunity.
table.
I want to say we got. I might be dragging it if I say 20,000. Might have been 10 or 15.
That's
But
it.
he saw that. I mean, that was our sneaker budget. We get this money. Oh, now we can get sneakers for the girls' team, for the guys' team. We good money.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
I'm trying to think. How many did we I don't even think I had. Did I have 8 players suited up that day? Because again, the plight of the CUNY player, CUNY coach, just CUNY in general, you got cats that are working full-time jobs, so they might not make the practice. They might miss a game. You expect them to be at the game, or I couldn't make it. I had to watch the baby, or I had to do some overtime or do whatever. So we showed up. We showed up.
You definitely did.
We
showed up.
did.
I'm glad y'all was in
Everything
attendance for
was
that.
good, Al. On that layup line, I'm looking at these tall trees down there. I'm not letting me too much. They had a nice little crowd. I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, it might not be that bad.
And this game was at LIU, right?
At LIU.
So you're going up against the nation's leading scorer, Charles Jones.
Charles Jones.
Mike Campbell.
Richie Parker.
Virgil Smiley, I think, was over there at that time.
I don't even know who that is. I know they had the
well, I know Virgil. I know Virg because Virg played at Monroe Community College when I was at Nassau. John Morgan, sir, was he part of that team? The 6'10", 6'11" guy, white boy.
Sure. All I remember was the big African. Charles Jones.
Yeah, I know you're talking about
Parker, Mike Campbell. Ray pressed us, Ray's my guy. He's my guy now. He was my guy.
Ray, yeah.
Pressed us the whole game.
Damn, Ray. Ray could have took it easy on you.
I think after about
Kenny King said he was at that game, and what's up?
Yeah, Kenny was there. Everybody was there. The gym was packed. They had a nice little crowd, which kind of struck me as a little strange. I'm like, damn, this is a D1, D3. Why is everybody in the house?
I think that was because, and correct me if I'm wrong, Kenny, I think that was the first game back after Charles' 2-game suspension. Because Charles got suspended for playing I think he got played in Pro-Am game, and he got caught for violating the rules or something like that. But correct me if I'm wrong, Kenny, I think that was his first game back. After the suspension.
I think after the first 15 minutes, because I'm a pretty vocal person.
Kenny said, "Yep, that's why. That was his first game back. Yep, that was his first game back. Yep. Thank you, Ken. Appreciate you, Coach.
I'm a vocal person pretty much while I'm coaching. So I can remember maybe the first 5 to 7, 8 minutes. I'm back and forth. I'm back and forth. I'm imploring the guys, get back, do this, da 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 da. Nothing was working, obviously. They got that little press on us. Billy's trying to do all he can. He's looking to make passes, but for some reason, whoever's supposed to be there is supposed to be. They're not there. Now I don't know why. They just weren't there. So next thing you know, it's a 10-point lead, 20-point lead, 30. I think with about 5, 6 minutes in that first half, I stopped looking up. And it's almost as if time started standing still. Like I remember asking my assistants,
Wow.
like, how much time is on the clock? But I just kept my head down. I didn't want to look up. I didn't want to see the score. I didn't want to see the time. Unless it was showing, 0-0-0. And then here comes the second half. They come back out. I figure, okay, he'll take it off of us.
Hold up, B. Before we go in this second half.
Yeah.
You see you at halftime, you down by whatever.
Uh-huh.
What's your conversation with the brothers at halftime? Like, I want to know what that conversation. You walk in the locker room like,
what was the conversation? I mean, it might have centered on. I really can't tell you. And I think that's like I'm subjectively forgetting these things. What happened?
Right.
It might have been more say like, fellas, we can't quit. Let's just go out there, give what we can. I know it wasn't, let's chop a little bit off the lead. We can get back in the game. I'm a realist. Game was done. I can't remember what we were down at halftime. I could always, had I known you was going to bring this up, I could have pulled out the box score because I still have the box score and a ticket from that game. In my little photo album, what have you. But it was just one of the nights, man. I just wanted the day to be done.
Right.
I remember the next day, and I'm not a person that took days off of work, but that next day I didn't even come to school.
Oh my God, B, not you.
And I think when I retired, Al, I must have had about 200 beats in my bank because I just didn't take days off of work. That day I didn't come in. And I want to sit here and say I could be lying, but I guess it'll make the story sound a little better. I think I didn't come the second day either. I know when I get home, I'm watching TV, and this is when ESPN was like in its infancy.
Right.
But they even flashed the score on ESPN. Now, any other time, I'd be like, wow, Mega Evers, we on TV.
Right.
I'm getting calls from radio stations in Dallas, Texas, wanting to interview and talk to me about the game. Like, bro.
What?
Yes. It just came from all over. I'm getting phone calls, some people that, hey, B, pick your head up, don't worry about it, man. Feeling sorry for a bro. I'm like, yo, hey, it's life. Don't feel sorry. It's going to be another game, another game.
Did you get it? You said you got a coaching offer after that game?
I got who? Coaching
offers? Yeah, that's
coaching offer. No, sir. No. I said I got a call from a radio station in Dallas wanting to interview me, not for a job, just to get my take, my feedback. Okay, coach, what happened?
Foof is on here now. Foof said you allowed them to be us. Let them play.
That was it. I mean, and I don't think that was by design, but the personalities that Meg Evans attracted, you get a little bit of everybody. And that's that part of coaching. It's sometimes not all about the X's and O's. It's about knowing the hand you dealt, what you're working with, and just trying to get the most out of them. And with that crew there, that's about all we could do. Just do what you do naturally.
Right, no doubt. Now, I want to ask you about something because, Mega Evers, a lot of things went through Mega.
Mm-hmm.
How did that midnight tournament get into Mega Evers? If you remember that tournament, right? You remember that tournament we did out there?
It was love, baby.
Mm-hmm.
How did we get midnight? Again, that came through Roy, and there was a fella up at Riverbank Park, David Magwood. He somehow had something to do with it. It might have been a politician. I know they were just trying to get crime was at a all-time high in the city, in particular Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. So they were just trying to find things for the young black males to do. So this was an initiative. One of the Cuomos was pretty much, I don't know if it was Governor Cuomo, or if it was the other fella that has the late night on CNBC. Was that Chris
Mm-hmm.
Cuomo? But one of
Mm-hmm.
them were pretty much served as a director because that's back when Mario Cuomo was governor. So this
Mm-hmm.
all came through the state. They said they were going to do it. They're going to have a couple of locations, and they picked Mega because Mega was a school basically in the hood, and we're trying to
Mm-hmm.
service the hood. I mean, of course, those are not the words they were going to use, but that's pretty much
Right, right, right.
right. That's pretty much the way it came down. You
Right.
had Snapple was one of the sponsors. You also had. I'm trying to think. I think you guys got sneakers also with that deal, right?
The first year we got sneakers. We got Nike
Right. I
sneakers
think
because we
Nike
had to
was
go to
on board
class.
as well. Right.
Nike was on board. Yeah, but we got
Right.
Nike. Yeah, and we had to go to class,
Right. Right.
or we couldn't play.
We had the draft. That was
Yeah,
that was
that
yeah,
draft was dope.
it
That
was.
draft was dope.
It
That was
was.
dope.
It was.
That was dope. Mm-hmm.
And for that reason alone, I think the tournament served its purpose because I can just picture like if I'm a player and I'm getting drafted, with the number one selection, Roy Anderson team, selects Bryan Mariner. Oh, inside,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, oh yeah, I'm that dude. You know what I'm saying? Forget the fact that we
Mhm.
just playing ball close to midnight, a little bit after midnight in Crown Heights in this little tiny ass gym. It had to do things for the psyche, you know.
It was different because being a person who played, and of course you being there, but actually, all of us going from Brooklyn up the
Right,
riverbank
right.
to do the draft, to sit down and wait for your name to be called. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like it
yeah,
was actually like an NBA draft. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Um, that was the dope part. But then the tryouts before that, because you actually had to work out. It was scrimmages before that to see who was going to get picked. But we knew who coaches were.
Right,
We knew how he was going to pick Midnight Express. We
right.
knew we knew Frank was going to pick all his iced tea guys. You know what I'm saying? So we knew who all the coaches was going to be at pretty much. We know who was going to get picked or who don't say nothing, be quiet.
Hmm.
So I thought that was funny, man. But yeah, you said it right. It did something for your psych for us to go
That
up
was
there and
right.
do it.
And then the
I think
wars
we
that
did it for a few years though.
it was. I think it was two, maybe three.
Yeah.
But then once we got down to the actual games, I mean, with the exception of maybe one team, most of the teams were always competitive in the games, some good games. And to see you
Yeah.
guys going at each other, okay, we hanging in Lefferts now, but we got this game tonight. I'm gonna be at your throat.
Right,
Right.
right. The competitive nature.
I
Yep.
think the only team that was weak, I want to say, if I can remember, might have been Conway's team, one of the assistant coaches there at the school.
Yeah, 'cause I
He
think he
had
was the beater. He tried to pick all the mega guys, man. He tried to,
right. He had
yeah.
did Carlton Foster play for him? Because
No,
Carlton might have been
Carlton played with Midnight Express. We always had our
he
own
played for
team.
Midnight.
We always had we knew who was going to get drafted,
Right, right.
but we also knew he was the kicker. We always knew who was leaving to go to school. Because remember, a lot of guys played, but then they had to leave and go away.
Right,
So
right,
some teams lost players
right.
because I think when some of the teams went to the championship, you guys had to pull players from other teams to fill out the roster. You know, 'Cause I remember going up there one time with you because he needed some players or something like that,
Okay, okay,
and I couldn't play. You wouldn't let me play because you said, and it wasn't that we was cheating or nothing. Y'all didn't have enough,
okay.
and you was like, Al, why don't you just ride with us? I think Carlton was with on that team, and I think you was like, yo, come up there because um, you I couldn't play because I had just played the night before to go to the championship. So you was like, yo, you couldn't play, bro. So I don't want to get in trouble. Because the same people was watching the game. Something
Right,
like that. It
right,
was something like
right,
that. But
right,
but I was really there. I was gonna help and support anyway. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Because that's family. Because I think once we got to Riverbank, it was Brooklyn versus Queens, Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? It was the boroughs, the Bronx. That's how it went after that.
How
You
did
know
we
what I'm
do
saying?
in the how did we do in the boroughs, man? I can't remember. Did we ever take the whole thing?
We got out. I think we lost. I think because remember, you got to remember, we always lost players when it came
When that
time for the
shit, right,
championship.
right.
We always had a team representing. We will take Brooklyn. That was easy. You know,
Hmm.
whoever left us, we was taken. But then once we got the Harlem team or the Bronx team, they didn't have dudes that was going to school, and then we didn't know who was playing on their team.
Right.
And and you was always, if we're gonna win, let's win honestly. Let's not cheat.
By the book,
Let's
baby.
play. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
was always like that. So you didn't want, because we could have put a slaughter team together and won it all, but you was
Absolutely.
like, no, you guys can't do that. We're gonna stick to the book. We don't know what these dudes was doing up in Harlem. We don't live up here in the Bronx, but we competed, but we never won it. No, we never.
Definitely had
To
some
answer your
talent in
question,
that
we never.
damn gym, though, man.
Man, listen.
Serious talent.
If you listen,
Serious talent. Yeah.
it's straight from the park to the gym.
Uh huh.
And I think the games are on Tuesdays and Thursday nights.
Right. Right.
And if I'm not mistaken, you go to class, everybody ain't really paying attention. We laughing and joking. You next thing you know, you go into the court. You go. That first game was always packed,
Hmm.
but the last two games, especially that midnight game, you was a rap. Ain't nobody in there but the echoes.
Right.
You played that midnight game. But no, there was some good times, man, in
Definitely
there,
good vibes,
and
man.
that was some great vibes.
You
And
mentioned that. Just want to put it out there. I know it
yeah,
might be a couple of brothers that might have been on here, whatever. Because I'm trying to like, even though I'm no longer at Lefferts, I'm not there, but I'm there. I want to try and I have the gym on Saturdays right now. I want to try and get it open. I got to get with the principal before she retires and leaves. But I want to try and because I know a couple of cats stepped to me trying to get a night. Some I don't want to call it a night center because it's not going to be a center, but just trying to get it open for a couple hours a night to get the fellas back in there, get a little ball going, what have you. So that's something I'm trying to work on.
on a Saturday,
It might be Saturdays, might be Friday night. Yeah, just in the
B,
work. This whole COVID thing is just putting a monkey
I
wrench.
know that hurts everything,
Yeah,
man, with that COVID. B, if you do that, I'm flying up to come in there and play. I don't care. I'm coming up. I'm coming up there because I remember with that Wednesday night league. Wednesday, just us being in the gym on Wednesdays.
right.
When
Talking
when,
about
when
life,
life was doing that.
right, right. That's why I
Yeah,
want
you
to
know
try
what
and
I'm
bring something
saying?
like that back.
Look, you got some people already said. Kenny said, let
Yeah,
me know. I'm out of shape. I'm ready to go. You know what
Kenny
I'm
always look
saying?
like he in game shape, man. Kenny stay in game shape, man. Stop that.
Kenny wear $165. I don't know why he playing around, man. Kenny playing games. You look, Dwayne said he flying up too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
rest in peace, life, man. That Wednesday night, that was the best. The baby court, the small court.
Okay.
You guys did a lot for us, man. When I'm telling you, you was the teacher at Leffers, you can pretty much do whatever you want. So us to go up there and play against you, Hayward, Mercer, and Mr. Pitts, but y'all wasn't just letting us play. See, that's the thing that I want to make sure that's clear. You was
Right,
also teaching. You wasn't just letting us play,
right.
showing us how to shoot better. Box out this. Don't just do that. And then, you had Mr. Pitts who was lifting weights with us during the
Right,
week.
right, right.
Mr. Pitts was lifting weights with us.
Absolutely, man.
Yo, look, so you
Along those
guys,
same lines too, Al, because I know you had alluded to it when I saw you. I think we were talking about it at the last Lefferts Park reunion because I want to try and get that alumni thing as well.
I'm ready. I want to do it. I already said, well, like I said, I already talked to the lady,
Right.
Kamara Jackson with Elite Learners. That's family. They looking to do the park over,
Okay.
and once they do that park over, we're gonna do it.
Okay.
And she's on board for that reunion. And I told her I want to have a big coming out party for that park. She's like, really? I said, listen, because I already told Howie, and this is just me. I don't think the Legends game should have been played in Wingate. I think Lefford should have its own Legends game. That's
Well,
just me.
absolutely. Absolutely.
That's where it started, and I think that's what we should recognize. And that's why I love interviewing my brothers from Leffords because our park helped mold and shaped us as young men. So that park we definitely need to do our reunion game, our alumni game. If you get the thing going on Saturday or whatever day of the week, you let me know. I'll promote it out here. Like, hey, B said the gym is available.
Okay.
Everybody go show some love. You know what I'm saying? If brothers got to pay for it, $5, $2,
No, it ain't
$3,
gonna cost
whatever.
nothing, man. We're gonna get it. It's gonna be
But I want brothers to come and just show some love, and that's a
yeah,
good way for us to see each other still. You know what I'm saying? Just sit and
absolutely.
talk and reminisce. So that's the good thing about doing things like this. So I think that alumni game,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's gonna happen. B
And it's
once
not just
that
gonna
part
be
get done.
like we were talking about it before. I don't know if you remember. We're gonna need at least 4 teams.
Oh, I already know. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
different age
And we're
groups,
gonna have
different
to
age groups.
set some boundaries and some guidelines because you can't have a team. You're how old now, Al?
46.
46. Damn, y'all getting old, man. You can't have a team.
You're getting older.
You can't have a team with a bunch of 40 and overs going up against a team of 20 to 25-year-olds.
No. Them young boys. No. They can't do that. No.
You understand what I'm saying? So we're gonna have to come up with some guidelines because we got to show them some love as well.
Tree said the half court games.
Half court, man. We're gonna run up and down, Tree.
Shout out to Shannon, who still do the tournaments.
Absolutely.
I actually sponsored a couple of teams up there in the park. I will always continue to sponsor a team as long as Shannon call me, tell me what he need. I'll take care of it. And that's not me bragging or nothing like that. That's my park. I'm going to always do what's best for my park. I grew up there. I was raised in that park. So if another brother call me and say, "Yo, Al, I want to do something," my platform, I might even go live from there and do interviews with my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Get in the game, have some fun.
Right.
But no, I think we all should give back. When Shannon do something, I think we all should give back. If we just pass through, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, Tree. I'm gonna ask him that question. Tree said he won a top 10.
Top 10.
Top 10 of what? That he coached, B? That he coached, Tree?
You talking about Lefferts Junior High School? What are you talking about, man? It's gonna be tough.
You didn't coach them. First of all, you ain't coach nobody in Lefferts. I don't who you coached.
Hell, I
Who you
didn't coach y'all. You forgot. Hey,
No, but who you? But after we left, there was nobody else behind there. Like, what are you coaching?
This is what I'm trying to tell you. Do you realize there's been at least 40 D1s that have come out of there since then? Maybe more.
Who?
61. 61. I can give you cats that didn't even play. They got cut.
Talk to me. Keno Clark.
Keno couldn't even make the team at 61. Got another kid some years ago. Ruben might be about 30 now. Ruben, what is Ruben's last name? Delando.
He's on here. He wanted me to ask you a question.
Keno or Ruben?
Ruben. Hold on 1 second. He wanted me to ask you a question, but it was real early.
You got Ray Allen, Central Florida. You got Sean Morgan.
Somebody said, "Ooh, I got the books."
Yo, let Walt.
Miss Wilcott. Miss Wilcott. Yeah, see, she got the book.
But it's a whole bunch, y'all. It's a whole bunch. I tell you, whole bunch of cats, man.
You know, I remember
that's still doing his thing. Ed Jamaica.
Oh.
You got well, Snacks never really played too often because he couldn't stay eligible. You got Big Snacks. You got Kevin Phillips. These all cats that played D1 ball. You got Damani was D2. You got you got Jamie Kilburn, Ivy League. You remember Jamie was there with you, I think. With the boys high also. Right.
I remember Jamie. Yeah, Jamie was a problem. No doubt. Jamie was a problem, no doubt.
There's a bunch. You got, oh my God. I mean, then you got I would throw
Jermaine Smoke.
Jermaine Smoke.
Somebody said Jermaine Smoke.
Jermaine Smoke? I don't remember Jermaine Smoke. I know a Jermaine Smoke. I know that name. Mm-hmm. I wonder if you're talking about Jermaine Campbell. You got Dev Peterson. went to Lincoln, Kansas State. You got Brandon Walters, Seton Hall. See, once they throw things out here, I just start.
No, do your thing, brother. I love it. I love it. I
I'm
love it. I
looking
know
at
the
the
people love it
comments.
too.
Once I see these,
Okay, you see it.
I'm
Okay,
reminded.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Who are the big boys? Let me see.
B, I'll tell you another story you don't remember.
What's that?
I remember coming to you and saying, "Why don't you coach the team instead of Mr. Haywood?"
And I probably told you I can't do that. Number one, because Haywood's my guy, and secondly, I'm coaching at Satellite West.
That's exactly what you said. That's exactly what you said. I said, "Yo, why you ain't coaching us, B?" He was like, "Man, Haywood, my guy. You know, I got respect because y'all was the same gym teacher together. Y'all was in the same joint."
Right.
And he was like, "Nah, B." You know, he said, "Haywood, my guy, man. I don't want to do that to my guy like that. Plus, I'm over here. I'm doing my thing over here." And I was like, "Yo, but we need you over here." He said, "Yo, I'll help you, but I can't." Because every time we had a game, you was in the gym.
Right.
You know, you was working with us still. So that was funny. That was funny that I brought that up to you. I had to bring that up to you.
Tim said they're not better than that era. See, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Tim might be right now. Our era was a problem now.
Listen to me. Interesting thing, Al, right?
Uh-huh.
That would help me also. Matter of fact, let me look at my phone. Man. Because
Go ahead, look at your phone. Because you know a bunch of people probably texting you right now.
No. But I'm looking. Hold on one second. You made me forget what I was. Oh, they're not better than that era.
Our era was good.
Oh, your era was tough, absolutely. But I think might have got a little.
We all knew Haywood couldn't coach. That's why I asked B to coach.
Well, Haywood was good.
We were trying to get B fired in the middle of the season.
Hold up. Looking here. I'm looking at a bunch of D1s right here. So I got when I started once the COVID first hit, right? I knew nothing about Instagram now. I told you early on, I don't deal with technology, right? I'm old school. So one night, I'm sitting here because I got hit with that COVID real bad when it first came out in March. Mm-hmm. I'm like 2 weeks, I'm down. I can't sleep at nights or whatever. So then one night, I decided, let me try and get an Instagram page here. I didn't know how it worked, but I was looking at other people's page. So then as soon as I got mine, I just started throwing picture after picture after picture up there. Until the next day, somebody, I can't remember who hit me up. They hit me up like, "Yo, B, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? What are you doing? Like, what you talking about?" He said, "Why are you putting all those pictures on Instagram?" I'm like, "Yo, I thought that's what you're supposed to do." They said, "No, you don't put a bunch of pictures like that. You add on as you go along." But I'm bringing this up because on my page, I had my 30 for 30, which you're down with my 30 for 30, right?
I am.
You are.
I didn't know I was on there.
You're on there, and I'm looking at it right now. And my 30 for 30 I got 30 years of lessons. I had 30 years.
Okay.
My 30 best players, male and female, are a part of that 30 for 30 club. Because a couple people asked, what's the 30 for 30 club? My best
I need to go back and read that.
But I'm looking here now. Like I said, I see Raymond Abelard, Central Florida. I got Travis Cox, who's actually my adopted son now. He should have went D1. He's in grad school right now. I'm just scrolling down as I see him. I got Anson Medford, rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace, Anson.
Played in any era with y'all, after y'all.
Yeah, Anson was a different type of kid too. I remember that young.
My man Steve Cherry, who you wouldn't know, but Steve is tough. I got Andy and CJ up there. Andy and CJ could rock.
Listen, that's not even a discussion. Those are my two baby bros. Those are different. Kenny said he didn't make the top 30. Why Kenny didn't make his 30?
Who, Kenny?
He didn't play for you.
Right. And even though you and Dwayne didn't play there, this was my 30 years at the school.
Well, Dwayne did go to Lefferts.
Yeah, Dwayne did, but he didn't play for me. That was my first year there.
Yeah.
Because Dwayne and there was another kid. Dwayne's older than you, right? No.
Dwayne wasn't there when I was there. He was after me.
So did I coach?
Dwayne's after me. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Dwayne's after me.
Because it was Dwayne and Victor Guillaume.
Victor, all after.
Right.
All after.
Okay.
Yep.
So then I got my man Omar, who got deported back to Jamaica. I can't remember Sean's last name, but Sean was like my first legit big man. He's from over there, Broward Park area.
Dwayne said they didn't even have a team when he was there.
Dwayne
So
had
when
it.
did
We
you
had a
come?
team.
So when did you come?
We ain't played that many games, but we had a team.
He said y'all didn't even have a team when y'all was there, yo.
We had a team.
Hey, D, tell him what year that was so he can get his memory back. Tell him what
let me
year
get
that
it
was.
back.
You know, he said he was there 30 plus, so you got to know what the team was.
I got Malik. What was Malik's last name? Malik's a young boy. Got caught up in the streets, but Malik was tough as they come, man. We didn't play no games at all. Dwayne, come on, man. I know we played some games. Actually, who was the coach? Was it me or Haywood?
Who was the coach there? Who was the coach? Who was the coach, D?
Well, actually, it couldn't be a coach if we had no games, right? We had a team.
There was nobody.
Hold on. Let me see this response, man.
91, 94.
Oh, we had a team, man. We definitely had a team. We might not have been that good because it was only, as a matter of fact, I know we had a team. You know who was on the team? It was Dwayne, it was Victor Guillaume, and it was my man Joey. Dark-skinned Joey from up the street. His mom named.
Wait, what happened? You didn't put no buckets up. You was just what you was doing? You just doing it in Gym D?
No, we had a team, man. We played a couple games.
You had no team, man. I said you had no game.
We had a team. You got, like I said, you got Malik. What's Malik's last name? Pendergrass. No, whatever his last name is. I'm looking here at Wayne Turner.
Wayne Turner. Wow.
You got Jordan Walker. That's Aaron's son.
He said JoJo. Somebody, Dave said JoJo.
JoJo. Right.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. JoJo played with Dwayne and what's the name? We had a team.
He said he don't remember. Dwayne said he don't remember that.
You got a kid that's at E Hall right now, Cosby Napoleon, Haitian kid. He's probably going to leave Erasmus as top 5 in scoring there. He's been starting since the freshman. Tough as nails. You got Brian. What's Brian? B Black. Who's with Howie.
You see that? You see the comment?
And I can't remember who we played. I can tell you, we definitely lost the game. We ain't win many games because the competition was tough. Back then, you got to remember, we had 390 that was tough as hell. From all
390 different.
391 was tough.
391. Was it 210 back then? Was it still 210?
210 was tough as hell. I think we might have played them. Right. That's what I'm saying.
320.
I don't
320.
think we played 320. That might be one of the only teams we beat. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we had started our little rivalry with 113 at that point, because that became like my rivalry for about 20 years. Hold on. What is he saying, yo? When people say they better shoot,
he taking a shot at his brother. He taking a shot at his brother. Kenny, stop that, Kenny. Stop that, Kenny.
Wow. Kenny was a tough shooter, though, man.
No hands down. He was a tough shooter. Ain't nobody gonna say anything different. Those my brothers, man. Yes, no. I don't think B was coaching when Speedy was there.
I came the year after. Funny story with that.
Let's talk about it.
I might still, real short story. I might still be coaching college now if we had the coach when I was assistant coach, Howie Harrison. He was a coach. He might have been Kenny's coach at Brandeis, if I'm not mistaken.
Who?
Hey, Kenny, you remember Howie Harrison? Because he coached at Brandeis. It might have been after Kenny took the chip. No, because Kenny's coach was Mo Hicks. But right, Kenny's coach was Mo Hicks. Okay. But Howie Harrison coached up there as well. Then he came. He was coaching Mega. He had Speedy in the gym.
He said no. The other coach.
Right. No, was
talking
Mo
about.
Okay. Had Speedy in the gym working out with us, cracking my ass. I'm gonna sit there like I can count on maybe 2 hands out, right? The amount of people that cracked my ass over the years, and I'm not ashamed. I can list some of them.
And what's that year span you're talking about? Like from when you played in that era?
I'm talking about when I was playing ball. I'm talking about 35, 20 to 40.
Okay.
That matter.
Okay.
Ain't that many.
He said we had Mo Hicks and whoever the baseball coach was.
Right. But He came. He had Speedy coming. Pretty much signed, sealed, delivered, and then something happened. Speedy wasn't much of a student, so maybe we had a problem with the transcript or something like that. We didn't end up getting Speedy. That year, we went about 4-20, and then they fired Howard. Had we gotten Speedy, definitely not going 4-20. Speedy gonna get you 10 games by himself. Back
Yeah,
when
Speed.
he was a 20-year-old. Forget it.
Different animal. That got
And then they
Speedy.
probably
Different
gonna fire
animal,
him.
man.
Who the hell? If Speedy might have came, I might have never become the head coach there because Howie would have still been there. But yeah,
I see what you're saying. I
yeah.
see what you're saying.
But no, I came. I came after Speedy.
Oh, okay. Okay. So your top 30, that's dope that you did that, man. That's dope that all the kids that you coached or had influenced and things like that. That's interesting that you did that. Most coaches wouldn't even think to do something like that, like a top 30.
Yeah.
So you just decided somebody John Epps? You call somebody named
Dave,
John Epps?
Dave's a funny guy, man.
Well, Dave, who's John Epps? So tell me,
John's somebody that played for me at Mega. Rode the bench most of the time. Dave's a funny guy. Wow.
Now, did you have anything to do with the girls' teams at Megas? I always thought you was coaching with the girls too.
No, I coached 1 year the high school girls team. When Meg Evans High School first opened up, we had what you call a club team. So I coached the boys team and the girls team. But then I couldn't keep doing it, so I turned the girls over to Bonnie Davis. Legendary coach Brooklyn, coached last time Roberson girls took city championship way back with Kendra Nelson and that crew. But no, never coached the girls.
I always thought you coached the girls over there, man.
Roy coached the girls for about 10 years.
Roy, okay, that's because I guess was you helping out? Did you ever help out or?
I mean, it was all family, man. So we there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, okay, that's what I'm about to say. Okay. Tree said Chase Stevens, that dude played for.
Oh, absolutely, Steve. Well, if I don't know if Tree's still stuck on that top 10 thing, but Steve didn't go to Lefferts with me. But Steve was one of the guys that went to Meg Evans High School, and then straight from Meg Evans High School went to Meg Evans College.
Okay.
He played 2 years for me there, and then when I left, he played 2 more for coach that replaced me.
Now, the only reason why the Chase name came up because Date, my boy D, of course, your friend, right. He said Chase was a really good guard for him.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, defender, yeah. Okay. What was it like? You coaching him?
He's younger than you.
He's younger than me. I don't think we ever crossed paths in that era.
Right.
But I put it to you this way. We know each other. You gotta remember, my era is different. And when I say different, the Kenny Archibalds, the Sherman Andersons, I remember my little brother D, and because I guess that's because the neighborhood that we live in, the Bags. Chase was he was in that Flatbush area, that Flatbush group. Right. So that Wingate group, that Dave, the Showtime, and all those guys, that was Wingate. We stayed more towards our left side. So, we really didn't even want to go to Wingate. The only reason why we went because they had lights.
Okay.
Lefferts didn't have lights, but I don't think I matched. I don't think I matched that with Chase.
You would know if you went up against Steve, because Steve was also a lockdown defender. You're gonna get in that ass, man.
Yeah, I definitely did go up against him then.
Yeah. So you would remember. Trust me on that.
But even if I did remember, I wouldn't say I remember. So right. I'm not going to sit here and say. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to be honest. Like, I'm not going to say I remember. Right. But you got to remember, too, I'm playing baseball.
Right. I remember that much. Absolutely.
Basketball was a hobby.
Right.
That was, and I tell everybody that was a hobby. I did it because of Jimmy U. You need to come play with us. Let's come play ball. This is when we was in, because me and Jimmy would go far back as public school together.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So that's my brother from public school. So that's why I played basketball, because he wanted me to go out there and play. I'm playing baseball. I don't care about shooting no ball and grabbing. Y'all doing too much out here, dog. I ain't doing this.
Right.
But we did it. We did basketball, then we did football, then we did baseball, then we did soccer. I stopped soccer because I broke a kid's foot.
Really?
Yeah, I broke a kid's foot, man. After I broke, and it was my friend. I broke his foot. I said, I ain't playing no more, dude. I'm done.
Right.
If I can kick you and break your foot with a ball, I'm done. Not doing that, man. You might as well do something else. I did volleyball. Come on, man. I did that because my boys did that.
Okay.
Baseball was my thing. I'm gonna keep that real. All day, every day. I'm gonna keep that real. I ain't gonna lie about it. But basketball was fun. I just loved it,
Mm-hmm.
and I wasn't gonna let nobody. I didn't want to be that guy not being picked, if you know what I mean. Like if there's 10 people, I don't want to be number 10. I better be number 6 or 7, but don't make me 10 because if I'm 10, you're gonna piss me off, and then
Right.
that makes that deal with my psychological. Like y'all gotta, how do I get out of being 10?
Right.
Just like the midnight tournament, it messed with me the first year. I got picked 8th.
You went first
Next year I
round.
got first round, got picked 8th.
So who was picking the eighth? With Howie had the eighth pick?
Whoever it was, I think it was somebody.
No,
Howie,
right. I
you
think
remember that?
you didn't end up playing with Conway's team. I think you did.
I might have played the first year, but I know we got
Okay.
smacked every year. Because Deshaun played with me that year. Remember Deshaun Zitz? Do you remember Deshaun Zitz?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Baseball. So he played. But that first year it pissed me off that I got picked 8th. And I'm like, yo, I know I'm better than some of the dudes that's in here. Now forget the other top 5 that's in
Right.
here that I know I'm nowhere near. I know I'm 6.
Right.
But you picked me 8th. Hold up, man. Some bullshit, boy.
Who was the first pick, man?
I don't even give a damn, but I know I was better than him. I don't give a damn. And it was a tall guy. It was somebody tall. Like nobody even respected him.
You know what?
No,
I think it was. And
was
he
it
became,
Tall Alvin Alexander?
no, it wasn't Al. No, it wasn't Alvin. You know, Alvin got tough after a while. It was I think it was Jeff Ziegler, who became one of the deans at Medgar Evers College. Because I think Conway was selecting a bunch of academians. He wasn't even thinking about basketball. He was selecting a bunch of good character people. Like they were getting ready to join a debate team or something.
Listen, I don't even give a damn. I just know that dude wasn't better than me. I know that. And then the next year I got picked number 2.
Who went one?
I wouldn't care. I don't give a damn. Who's number 1? I got picked 2. I got picked 2. That's all I remember.
Wow.
So somebody said, my boy Tim, you said, he ain't got none, Tim. You remember Dwayne said they ain't had no team. How many championships
that
we
was
got
the
at
way.
Memphis?
Who you talking about though? Oh, we got nothing but it's just another thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We got a whole bunch of championships, man.
If you never went undefeated, you ain't never went undefeated.
Oh, actually, we did.
No, we was the first team to go undefeated.
Listen to me.
We
had 1 year where the only loss that that my kids had was against the staff team. Only loss. We had a couple other years now on the girls' side. I think I retired in 2019. So from 2015 to 2019, I had the best girls team, bar none, in the city.
Yes, CJ and Andy did go to Lefferts.
I saw somebody ask about how did Wayne Turner and Brandon Walters play also.
Yes, tell me about that.
Wayne was a problem for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody, yeah. Wayne was the truth. And then Brandon was doing things like I wouldn't say disappointed, because how can you be disappointed with somebody that goes D1? But I just thought Brandon would have been the first pro that I coached, that I could sit back and say, like, yo, when I'm watching this guy in an NBA game, like, yo, I coached that guy. Forget the fact I might not have had nothing to do with his development, but I coached him. He played for me. Because you're talking about Brandon was about 6'6", right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was shooting Kareem Abdul-Jabbar skyhooks as a 7 and 8. And he was shooting them efficiently. Like some kids would throw one up, you'd be like, oh, old school hook. No, Brandon had it down to a science, as if Kareem was teaching him himself.
Wow.
Right. Like he had a nice little low post game, the whole nine. Brandon was tough. We go over there in the BRC playing in Jocko and Greg Jackson's tournament over there. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, that's
him
good.
everybody. Yo, that kid, this kid, blah. Brandon was tough. Brandon was tough. And
Man, do
on
these
those
brothers still keep in?
with Brandon,
Yeah, do they keep in contact with you? Do they still? I
uh,
mean, do all your old players still keep in contact with you?
quite a few of them. Like Brandon,
Oh,
I
that's
know
good.
ended up coaching JV over at Campus Magnet, which was my son's school. And I was trying to get him a couple plays over that way. I talk to Wayne
Okay.
all the time. Like I say, one of my former players, I pretty much adopted him. So he's been with me since 10th grade, and he's now in grad school up at Albany right now.
So he's adopted. That's your kid.
Yeah, yeah. But quite a bit. Quite a few.
What?
Quite a
Howie
few.
Francis joined in? Get out of here!
Midnight. I hear y'all
No.
talk about the Midnight Express all the time, right?
Yeah. What's your input on that? Because we're the
I,
best team in Brooklyn. We're the
okay,
best team.
and I used to love the few times I played against y'all in different tournaments. I used to love to see that little Midnight Express press that y'all say y'all had because it
Why
was
you say it was little? Why you say it was little
because it
though?
was
Don't
so
be
easy.
disrespectful. Don't
How?
be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful.
Okay, let me phrase that another way.
Yeah, don't
It
do that.
wasn't
Don't do that to
difficult.
don't do that because don't do that. Don't say
It
I don't know
wasn't.
what era you got it. I don't know what era you got it. Yeah, you
It
can laugh all
wasn't
you want. I
difficult
don't know what era
to
you
get
got it.
through the Midnight Express press. It wasn't that difficult.
You must be
Don't get
crazy.
real talk. Don't get me wrong.
Let's go.
I
Talk to
may have
me. Let's
still
do it
lost
now.
some games against Midnight Express, but it had nothing to do with that press. Might have been y'all might have had more.
What era was this? What era was this? Because
I can't
you
recall.
must.
See if Howie can chime in up there somewhere.
Hey Howie, he said the Midnight Express press was not a problem for him.
Not if you had good disciplined guards, man. It wasn't. It wasn't.
Well, you got to remember when we was doing that press,
Right.
we gave everybody fits. We gave everybody fits.
I don't know who everybody
94,
is, man.
we giving anybody.
I don't know who everybody. I don't know him either.
You can put your iced teas. You can put your defenders. You can put um you can combine some teams. Don't do my press like that. I still run that press today.
You see what Lorenzo Lawrence is saying up top? Not if you had a good PG, man. I'm telling you, wasn't hard.
Get out of here, man. I don't care. We did that to Ed Cota and them boys. I don't want to hear none of that, man.
Okay.
Our press was on problem. Get out of here, man. Don't be doing me like. Don't be doing.
Yeah.
Yo, Howard, you better say something. Don't let him do us like that, man.
I'm waiting for it, man.
John Hunter, what's up, my brother? Happy New
What's going
Year.
on,
You know
baby?
Big John. It's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
man, Big John. That's family. You know what I'm saying? What he said? Exactly. Archie, he don't know what it feels like to be pressed by pit bulls. You getting pressed by baby pits, probably.
Baby Pitts. Who said this?
This is Archie. Archie said you didn't get pressed by him because we was pit bulls back then.
Oh, look at that. Frank's guard broke the press, man.
No,
You
he
done
didn't.
started something, man.
No, he
You done
didn't.
started something.
Zoe, don't even. I ain't gonna start nothing. Don't lie, Zoe. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie. Don't even put yourself out there. And you was from up the hill, so you wouldn't know about the press anyway. So get out of here with that, Zoe.
School me. What is the dial up, Al? I'm not familiar with that slang. How we still had his dial up.
He knew who to call.
Okay.
You act like I'm still knowing it. Tree want to know what was one of your best moments in coaching in any sport.
Jeez. I think that would probably be I don't recall the year at Mega Evans though. It was another one of those pay to play games. We were playing Queens College, Division II.
Okay.
They're punching us by about 20 at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would make the story go a lot better. I could sit here and say, like, yo, I had this ridiculous speech at halftime, and
Mm.
magically transformed them, I ain't say much. Felt we just got to go out there and play a little harder. They came out. Don't ask me how. We win that game. Come from 20 down, Division II team, 20 points down with about 16 minutes left. We ended up winning by about 5 or 6. The only thing is like a little melodramatic because I think, like, I wouldn't know for sure because I'm not at Queens College, but I think I cost my man his coaching job at Queens College because they got rid of the coach at the end of that year. And I want to say it had something to do with us beating them and getting paid for it because I think we got about 10,000 from Queens College to play that game. Coach at the
Mm.
time was Norm Roberts, who ended up becoming St. John's coach and is
Mm-hmm.
now
Mm-hmm.
first assistant at with Bill Self in Kansas.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. That's crazy.
Queens College at the time, and then they got rid of him at the end of that year. I'm almost certain it had something to do with that.
Wow. That's
So I would
dope.
say that would have to be one of my biggest victories. I think
That's
the
what's up,
best
man.
moment, and I would have to equate that with I'm an emotional person, right? I think my
Mm-hmm.
best moment though might have been the first year that my girls team. I had a girl. I had a group of girls. They're all now. The nucleus is all second year in college. All started off as sixth graders. We took lumps as sixth graders. The whole crew was sixth grade. And I used to tell them. I used to tell the parents, "Mom, Dad, don't worry about it. We got some good girls here. I see the potential. Don't quit on me. Don't quit on the team. Don't quit on yourselves. If you stay with it, trust me, it's gonna get better." We end
Mm-hmm.
up taking the city championship the next year, year after that. But that first city championship, I remember I'm sitting there at St. Francis College, and we punched the team, so it was kind of like melodramatic when the
Yeah, yeah,
ball
yeah.
went off, but it was still
Mm-hmm.
like tears should have started flowing about early third quarter because the game was done.
Right.
But I just remember at the end of the game, and I'm sitting there, and I told staff members of mine, coworkers, like, "Yo, I'm not gonna cry if we win this thing." And I kind of knew we were gonna win anyway because the team was that tough. But then
Mm-hmm.
after that game, and I'm sitting on the bench, and they giving out the girls their individual awards, blah blah blah. And then when they came to get that team trophy, and I broke down like a little beat, you know. But it
Ain't
was
nothing
special.
wrong with that, man. It's that good passion, man. You
And
saw
the
the
girls,
potential.
like I say, it's three of them in particular who are pretty much like my daughters. Like we talk
Mm.
weekly. Uh, One is got two of them, which upset me because after they left 61, all my top six girls all got scholarships to high school, to
Mm.
Catholic school. That's how tough we were. But then five of them who all went to the same school, they just fell out of love with the game. I don't want to. They just for whatever reason. I know the reason, but I don't want to throw it out there. But they just and then
Coaching, coaching,
I don't want to say.
coaching.
So
I'm
when
gonna
they
say it for you. I know what it is.
I got one that's at St. Francis now. Like they all went to school on academic partial scholarships. So one is at St. Francis. She could have easily walked on there. I got two up at Albany. They could have walked on there. Another one is at oh God, I think it's not Polytech. It's one of the schools, but I know all of them just stopped playing ball. But
No
these are
doubt.
like my brothers. There's six of them. This is my crew.
No
You know,
doubt.
and I think it might have been my biggest moment, knowing where we came from and the work that they put in, and then to reach that pinnacle. It was a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing, man. And that's good that you got that connection. Zoe, you know it's all love, boy. We know you LP for life. You know that. But you see the how we comment.
I'm looking at it, but everybody
Yeah.
got it. We would just keep coming and wear you down. That was our staple too.
That's right, baby.
I
That's
had,
right.
I had a staple remover, baby. Staple remover. I just stay my staple.
Yo, Howie, this guy's being disrespectful on here,
It's all
Howie.
right.
What
No, I got
happened?
number love. How he won quite a few chips. Had some
Yeah, my
dynamite
God.
team. Absolutely.
That's family. But when we put this is why things like this is needed, B. A lot of people don't know your story. A lot of people don't know what you've done, what you've accomplished. And to see like a lot of the brothers that's in the room, they showing you love. But the fact that you've done a lot in the community, you've coached a lot, and you said you got 5 or 6 girls that could have easily went Division 1. They stopped playing. It's coaching. You nurtured them to be special, and then you gave them to somebody else,
Right.
and they didn't know how to handle them. You know what I'm saying? Like we as a coach, you know that. And even though I coach now, I understood what Howie was teaching me. I understood what you was always telling me. I understood what I Frank was telling me, a Brian Griffin was telling me, a D'Artagnan was telling me. You keep those things in mind with guys that are trying to teach you, and you try to pass that on, but always be there for your kids. And that's what I try to do now, always be there for my kids. So I guess my next question to you is, what was your philosophy behind coaching?
Uh, to never lose sight. I mean, I guess it multiple philosophies. Put me on the
Dave, I'm
spot.
not. I'm not going to ask
Right.
that question, Dave.
But
I'm not going to ask that
but
question,
we
Dave.
already
What
went through
was
that
his
anyway,
worst
Al.
loss?
We already went
Yeah,
through
we're
that.
not going to do
But
that, right?
I think to never lose sight of the fact that it's just a game. You know, uh, I think that's why my junior high school kids. I got to equate everything to junior high school because that's where the large portion of teaching comes into play. It's just never lose sight of that. I don't care who you're playing. I don't care what you're playing for. It's a game. The old adage: at the end of the day, boom, you're gonna walk out this gym. You still got life to live. I think that's why my girls, because at sometimes, and I got to keep going back to the girls because in the latter part of teaching, I kind of focus more on the girls than my guys. Like I have another one of my fellows who was part of that game, Dave, that LIU game, that is now my boys' coach at the school. He came over, got him a teaching job at the school, Mr. Bonus. So he's been coaching my boys for the last, I want to say like 7, 8 years, right?
Mm.
But so I gravitated towards the girls, and I always try. And one of the reasons I got out of it with the guys that why it wasn't so difficult to like let go is because it seemed as if too many of them, this new breed, they were taking the game a little bit too serious for me. It was all or nothing. And if I'm not doing, if I'm not reaching that highest level, then it's like there's no plan B. It's this basketball thing or bust. And I feel like they totally lose sight of the fact that it's just a game. It's a lot you can do with the game. Like I've met a lot of people through this game, had different opportunities and what have you. But I never lose sight of that. Anytime I'm coaching a game, if I see that, if I feel my kids, they get a little bit, maybe somebody wants to fight with somebody. I was talking to somebody the other day uh, in reference to fighting, in high school sports and junior high school sports or what have you. And I take pride in the fact that it's somebody up here, you might be able to correct me, but I've never had one of my teams on any level get into a fight. And I think that's one of the things I'm most proud of, especially the amount of fights and altercations that I see taking place, elementary, junior high, high school, college, doesn't make a difference. I've never had one. And I've been in the game, 50, we're talking 42 years now. Never had one fight that I can recall. Of course, there might be something there. The older you get, the mind starts to go. But I don't think I've had any. But again, back to the philosophy. So it's never to lose sight of that. Just a game. Just a game.
That's crazy.
Uh, Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's good. No, I said that's good. Never had a fight. You know, I'm big on reputation. I'm
Okay.
big on, when you wear anything Texas Rebels, you representing me, and I know how I am. So if you get into something, you're not representing me no more.
Right.
My reputation goes a long way.
Right.
And that's what I try to teach the kids. Your character is what you are. They're gonna look at you that way. Don't be that person.
Right.
So um,
There
I
was
had
a
a young man that I took on the team, my son's team, And this dude want to fight right out the way. First tournament, he want to get into a fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I pulled him to the side. I said, "Yo, how you gonna get a tech and I ain't getting no techs?
Right. Right.
Like, what are you doing?"
Exactly.
Well, the kid, who cares what he did? Take it out on the game, dominate the game. Forget all about that fighting, because now he get in your head. You done. You can't focus no more. You can't play. You know what I'm saying? So he calmed down after a while. Even my son is like that now. Like he's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" Like my son will just smile. They'll be trying to bully him, and he'll just smile. I'm
Right.
like, "Yeah, just smile at him. Smile and kill him.
That's what's
Smile
up.
and kill him. When the game's over, kill him. Yo, that kid did good. Yeah, that's it. Let's go home." Because you can't change nothing when the game is over. Because I'm a different way when I coach.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the game's over, it's over. Like you said, there's nothing I can do. It's over. Let's worry about tomorrow.
That's it.
That's how I coach. So
We had a game years ago. Trying to think who was part of that group. I might be mixing up names, but this was a group with want to say Benzie was part of that group. Benzie, uh, Luis Gutierrez, uh, B Black might have been part of that group, but there was a particular kid, Dave Sinclair. Like he was my loose cannon, right?
mm-hmm.
Flirting with the gang life, whatever. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we're over in Bed Stuy. Now keep in mind, you grow. These things that happen in life, you grow from. These,
Mm-hmm.
I like to think I learned from most of these negative experiences. So I go back.
Right.
I go back to Satellite West. Right now, we're over in Bed Stuy, and that team I had that year was off the hook. We kicking ass and taking all types of names, right? And I think I let all my teams know to this day, like if we're not in our house, you need to be. And some people might construe it as like you want to be punk or you being soft with it. No, I'm trying to get home because again, I go back to Satellite West out. That vision, even though we joke
Right.
about it, it was.
Yeah. You're right. You're
I'm
right.
trusted with the lives of 10 to 15 little young boys. I got to get them.
Right.
We in Bed-Stuy. I can't remember what school it was, but we hadn't even gotten in the gym yet. And we outside somewhere, and there's a group of little gangbangers or whatever. Some of them might have been on the team. I don't know. They started talking some smack or doing something. And we just walking in the gym, and then one of my kids, Dave Sinclair, right, said something, and he flashed some sort of sign, did something. I don't know what it was. I caught it out the corner of my eye. I put about 5 inches of my size 10 in his ass right there on the street. And I don't curse at
Wow.
my children too often. Very rarely use the N-word, but everything came out there. Nigga, are you crazy? Do you realize we got to get home? I say that to say that one incident there, never had to put foot in Dave's ass again. Never. Went inside, spanked him by 30, went on home. Because see, back then everything was you travel in public transportation. Last couple
Mm-hmm.
of years, I usually had an SUV or we pack them in. And then I'll get another teacher, maybe, somebody that's free that can, you mind giving us a drop to the game? Then I entice them, hey, why don't you stay and watch the game? That way I got a
Right.
ride.
Right.
Right. So I didn't
Right.
have that rapport with the teachers back then, or else I would have got your rides over there.
Yeah,
But
we'd
ever since then,
appreciate
again,
that
I
too.
learned from that,
We'd
you know?
appreciate that.
Oh, yeah. But that's good.
we
I like what I'm hearing about your son. I be looking at that's why I thought when we were talking earlier, I'm thinking, yo, the world beaters, man, because I'm seeing all this hardware that Junior is bringing home, and this, that. I'm like, okay,
no,
we got a factory over there.
no. I have literally um, um, my 11th grade team right now.
Mm-hmm.
They are my heart and soul. I put it to you that way because they've been with me the longest. They've been with me since fourth and fifth grade, so they know the system. I don't even have to. When I say you don't even have to practice with them, like they can run their own practice. Like it's crazy. They know boom, boom, boom.
11-year-old?
Huh?
You said 11-year-old?
11th grade. 11th
Oh,
grade. 11th grade.
okay.
I don't even got to practice. Boom, boom, boom. They already know what it is. Let's go to work. Coach don't play that. We in there. We walking away with the chip. We ain't playing no games.
Mm-hmm.
Period. That's so all the hardware you see is really from them.
Oh, I got you.
Those are those guys like that. That's them.
Right.
So I just started coaching my son's team last year. So I knew we was going to take bumps and bruises. You had to get some guys, some teams, some players to follow suit with what my son needs. So
Right.
I said, listen, I know you can play the point, but I'm gonna have you play multiple positions. I'm gonna get a point guard so he can give you the rock. You do what you want to do. But my son is where I do it. If he ain't doing your job, I'm taking the point.
Hmm.
Like, get out the way. I
Right.
can score and I can pass the rock. So when he first won his first championship, I can remember because that game, it was the last tournament of the season. My high school team just won. They just beat the team by 50. Well, no, they didn't play yet. They got to the championship. But
Okay.
we had just beat the team to go to the championship, and my little guys was about to play, so the whole gym is packed, and we in there playing. We beat a team from somewhere in Texas, college coach, and he's running college plays and all this type of nonsense.
Right.
And I got these kids. Listen, we're gonna do it this way. We ended up beating them by a 30 sack. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got so emotional that I was able to win my first championship with my son.
Nice.
That I was like, dude, you're gonna always know what it feels like this. Like this, it felt good to just win with him.
Right.
So my 11th grade team is like that. I can win with them easily,
Okay.
like easily. That's the easiest coaching I've ever done.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna even hold you, but I have teams that are getting to that point. But I just have good kids. Let me just say that I have good kids. They understand the structure. They want to play basketball. They want to learn the game, and all my kids respect me enough to where they can say, "Nah, Coach Al ain't playing. Like he knows what he's talking about." You know what I'm saying? And I teach them everything that I learned in Lefferts Park or how I grew up.
That's what's up.
It's easy. Let's play hard. Let's play defense first. Let's score off defense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If we score off defense, you ain't got to never run no offense.
Right.
Let's get points in transition. You know, if we do have to run an offense, here's the few sets you're gonna need to know. And then when teams start pressing, I go, I don't know why I'm gonna give you this hint, but you know, every press is made to be broke.
Absolutely.
Every press is made to be broke. Let me see it
Absolutely.
first.
Absolutely.
And I
There's no,
go,
absolutely. I mean, Al, absolutely. Yeah.
see, there you go. There you go with the little cheap shot. But we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
Hey, listen.
So when I see a press, I go, okay, timeout. Let's do this. And we
Right.
beat it. So, like I'll always run something totally different. So you can keep the little cheap shots to yourself, homeboy. So,
But it's interesting now. Before I forget, because when you were saying you son was your point guard, but you took him off the ball because you had somebody else there. That's also something that I try and do. In terms of philosophy, you want to get them, especially when they're young, out the comfort zone. You got that kid that can come in there. Okay, I know you can dribble, like you can do this, you can do that, but we're not gonna work on that. When you're doing individual work, we're gonna work on your shooting now. Okay, I know you can shoot. You can go left 2 dribbles and put it up. Let's get you out of the comfort zone. We're gonna go right 2 dribbles, put it up left. And it reminds me of another coach, good friend of mine, James Reeves. Right, he's been coaching. He's over there in Bed-Stuy coaching as well. He had a girl, and I think she might be related to him. Name was Shakia Leary. She's a referee now, right? She, when she was in 7th grade, Shakia was always a big girl. But once she finished junior high school, she went to Mary Bertram. I think she won 3. I think that's back when Bertram was winning like every year. So she
Oh
might,
yeah, I had a girl over there I used to work with over there. Her name Chloe. She was at
but
Bertram when they won the chip.
she was 7th grade, and I had a decent girls team way back then, right? But bar none, she was the best girl on the court. My best girl couldn't touch her. And this is junior high school, and it's girls, so they can't really, the skill level is not really there. But this girl was exceptional. James saw, right? And this is an integral part about coaching, especially when you're coaching them young. He could have put the ball in her hands every trip up the court. We had no answer for her. We could have triple teamed her. We had no answer because she was big. She put her on the floor. She could shoot. She was big, right? I think, at the time she might have been 6 feet, and she weighed 170, 180. Big girl. Could do it all. But he saw past this here, past the game, okay, I know I can beat them if I just get a ball to Shakira every time and just say go. He had her at the top of the key, running the point. That's why I thought about it when you mentioned the point guard. Running the point, distributing to everybody else. Let's get them involved. Let's work on their game. We ended up beating them by about 5, 10 points or what have you. But I know in my heart of hearts, there's no way if he would just gave her the ball and said go, they'd have punched us by 20 easy. And based on that experience, she became a much better, all-around player. Dribble, shoot it, play defense. And not only did she go to Bertram, she started Bertram. I think she started all 4 years. Junior and senior years, like she was the man. You understand what I'm saying? And then I'm trying to think where she went to college. I believe she went to D1 somewhere. But it was just interesting that you brought that up about son. I know you can run this point guard thing, but I want you to do this here.
Yeah, because you got to make what I'm seeing now in basketball, and you probably can contest to this. If you lean on one person so much, it makes everybody else weaker.
Exactly. Right.
So I'm going to put you on this team. My thing is, if you here, you got to do something. You can't just be on here just to be watch him shoot the ball. No, right. I know he can. I know he's going to give me what I need. I need you to give me something. It's a 5-man game. Okay, you can't break the press. All right, now I might switch it up, let him do it. But no, the ball, you the point guard. So that's why I actually make my son play all 5 positions.
That's what's up.
I put him in the post. Yo, what's your post move? And he'll show me a little post move here and there. All right, you on the wing. What we doing? We're shooting. We're attacking. We're beating the press break. Watch the press break. Don't rush. Like, I'm breaking the game down to him. Like, boom, but this is what you do. This is what you see. And I don't think a lot of coaches do that with their best players. Yeah, that's my son. Of course, it's different because I'm harder on him. It's different. That's your son. You're going to be harder on him because you expect certain things. Right. But at the same time, I'm teaching him. Like, this is what you're going to learn. You're going to fail too, son. Don't worry about it. But let's have not so many failures. Let's have a lot of success. But let's do this. So, that's one thing I try to teach him. But Tree has a question. It's a 2-part question. What made you become a referee? And how was it different? How different do you see the game now that you are a ref?
The whole refereeing piece, I think that, not even I think, I know where it came from. Because I still, even though I haven't played in a couple of years because of a couple of injuries, man, but I'm getting ready to get back out there in the 16 over. I just got tired, playing in 40 and over, playing in the 50 and over, what have you. And we giving up $70 a game to these referees, and they're not even crossing half court. Get the fact that the calls you're making are just outrageous. They were straight up stealing money. So somewhere in there, and I didn't want to do it because I don't referee grown men. I'm not dealing with that. No. But it set something off in me, and I'm like, you know what? I need to get in this game because too many referees, they robbing cats. And then once I get in the game, I want to try and expose as many other people that I know, to this game. Like, yo, there's a lot of money to be made in this game. Even though, again, that's not the reason. Get me wrong, everybody can use a couple extra dollars. But
no, of course, no doubt.
That's not the reason I got it. I wanted to make it that old adage, it just takes one person or whatever. I know I'm only one person, but that's going to be one game that I'm on that I'm going to give whoever I'm officiating, I'm going to give you an honest game. Might not be the greatest game. You might think I'm a garbage referee, but that's not from lack of trying. I'm gonna give it all to you. In terms of seeing the game any differently, I don't think I see it any differently because I was always a coach that never got in, and some of the guys can probably attest to this. I think in terms of coaching, 40-something years, I've gotten one technical foul in my entire coaching career. I can remember that day like it was yesterday. It was in the 90s, coaching at Mega Evans. I don't know who was on the team, but it was on my birthday, December 18th. I just lost my sister on December 16th, my older sister. So I was a little bit emotional. It was a tight game. I can't remember who we played, but I don't know. It was a call, and I never questioned, or get outraged by lack of a call or bad call or what have you. I'll calmly approach the ref, what have you. For some reason, on that day, my sister was on my mind, and I just lost it. Can't recall exactly what I said to the coach, to the referee, but he banged me. And then for the rest of the game, I had to tell my assistant, like, "Hey, do me a solid, man. You got to coach the rest of this game, man. I'm sitting here, man, but I'm sitting here, man. My head is not in it, So I've never, I don't see the game as a referee any differently. I do know that some people who have coached the game and then go to the refereeing aspect of it, they might see, okay, now I see it a little differently. But I was always that way. I was never one to give referees a hard, as a player, coach, never gonna give a referee a hard way. Because my thing, I'm focusing on my kids, I'm focusing on these young men at Mega. No. We're gonna win this game. We're gonna compete despite the referee. You know what I'm saying? That's always been my philosophy. No, we're not even gonna let him. Let's not even engage him or involve him in this game. If it's somebody we should be beating by 10, 15, 20 points, let's keep it to that level so that the referee doesn't even come to play. Because the more we start griping and bitching and complaining about refs calls, that's taking energy. That can be used to dig in and do what you got to do. So that's really much
crazy.
The referee. And it's amazing, Tree, and I just got being able to ask that question, and I'm saying I try to, especially if I got guys that are like might have just graduated college, they ain't doing nothing, or maybe finished playing high school ball, they just out there in the streets. I try to tell everybody now, yo, get up in the classes, man. Get in the class. Desmond just started reffing, Tree. He just passed the test.
What? That's not.
You know Desmond?
Wow. Yeah. Remember Desmond came up the Megas.
Right.
That's my era. That's my era. Des was playing when you was coaching over there.
Right.
Panama, yes. And all them dudes.
Absolutely.
Those are my guys. Yeah. That era. Listen, that era of basketball was totally different.
Different. Yeah, but Des is totally different. That's so anybody up here, like I'm saying, it's not difficult. I mean, all that summer money, tax-free money. Then once you get on the high school circuit, it's what are we at now? $1.25 a game. So you're talking about $1.25 for hours worth of work.
If you do multiple games.
I know I was reffing with a white boy today, 32 years old. He does D3 as well. They don't pay much in D3. He gets what did he just tell me? $1.80 something a game. So that's a little bit. I would because not that much difference. 125, 180. I'll stick with
right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But interesting, Roy. If Roy is still up here, because I asked my man, so you do D3, man? You doing any games? He said, yeah. So I had, do you get? Do they pay you on time? He said, it's funny you mentioned that. I just did 2 games in Mega over the last couple of weeks. I haven't seen a penny yet. And we had a reputation, and Roy can attest to that. I didn't know this until like 6, 7 years into coaching at Mega, because I would always, it always seemed as if we got bad calls. It was only when I got to know a referee on a personal level. He told me straight up, I can't remember which ref it was, but he told me straight up, yo, I'm gonna tell you straight up, B, we come to Mega. Y'all can forget about getting the questionable calls because we're not getting paid. And we're only, you know what I'm saying? How is it I'm gonna give you a call, but I'm not getting my money until maybe 3, 4, 5 months down the line. So we've always and have always got the shitty end of the stick, with these calls.
Oh wow! So I'm sure you changed that after you knew that after a while.
No, well, in terms of them getting paid, that was out of my hands.
Oh, okay.
I'm just coaching, right?
You're right.
That's
Okay.
Yeah. That's the financial department or whatever that is. I got nothing to do with that. But it just helped me in terms of coaching and approaching the game. Like if something comes up a little bit questionable, I'm thinking, okay, maybe it didn't go our way because they ain't got paid yet. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Shout out to my boy Brown. He ref with you.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
My
know, I rep
boy
a couple
Brown.
times together.
My boy Dave said, especially since you can't see. Now I don't know what that means by you can't see. Does that
Listen,
mean because you can't see the calls while you refing, or I mean,
listen to
Dave got something against you over there.
me.
Now I
Listen
don't
to
know
me.
what that.
Just like you always recall the Satellite West story years ago at Mega when I was a student at Mega. Was I a student at Mega? Yeah, I think I was a student. Or maybe I was coaching. I don't know. We go over to Cardoza High School for some little jamboree or something they had there, whatever. They had a foul shooting contest, right? And they were giving, I don't know what they were giving away. I'm sure Dave can tell you what they were giving away. But I don't know what
he
I,
let.
maybe 7 for 10, 8 for 10, or whatever. Dave might have hit 9 for 10 or something like that, and he won whatever they gave him. That is his 15 minutes of fame. That is his ticket to glory, whatever you want to call it. He will never let that go. I will crack Dave's ass, and I think I got Dave. I don't know about how many years. I will crack Dave's ass any day, anytime. I done challenged him many times. Bring it in the park, Dave. I'll always come by Lefferts. Like if I'm passing Lefferts and the fellas, the
Yeah.
old fellas out there playing,
Right. Right.
Dave is always sitting down. Bro, when you gonna get up and shoot, sir? His response would be something. I'll get up when you come on in the park. I'll step through the hole in the fence. I'm here, Dave. What's up? Court's open right there, Dave. Dave don't want no parts. But that's my guy.
Hold up, Dave. So Dave, it's clearly you cop please when brothers call you out because you called me out and I came to the park looking for you. I flew from Texas. And Dave said he wasn't feeling well and
Oh, you were
whatever.
gonna play.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get him. I
You
was gonna get
understand
him.
what I'm saying now?
Yeah, Dave always be copping please. He cop please. Yeah,
Always.
so Dave, you got to live up to that. So that reunion game when it comes around, there will be no copping please, brother, because there will be a 3-point contest.
Dave won't be
Just want
part of
y'all to
that.
know
Yeah,
that.
he can be part of that. We can let Dave keep the book, yeah.
Oh, we're gonna let him keep the book.
Yeah.
Okay, we
But
need
we have
somebody. We're gonna let somebody do something.
yeah.
Oh, he can keep the clock, or
Something like that.
get the balls for everybody after they shoot. We gotta get him to do something.
Serve water. Something like
You gotta
that.
do something. You gotta do
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So what are you? So I know you're doing a reffing thing now. Are you still just doing the coaching, or what
Um
else? What's
uh
next for you? I know you're retired. You're living your
right.
good life.
Pretty much, yes,
What's up?
refereeing. I'm still trying. I was still running my tournament, my junior high school tournament out of Lefferts, which
What is that? What is that?
it's the Cougar Classic, man. It's a strictly. It's not an AAU thing. It's a strictly junior high school. You gotta play for the school you attend. Last year I did it. I was up to
Mm.
about 20 boys teams, about 10 girls teams. I've been running it for about 15 years or so. It's one of the. That's not just me saying it. Coach say it, other event organizers. It's one of the best tournaments. It's the best junior high school tournament in the city. I would say. I'm not talking AAU. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
just in terms of strictly junior high school, also it's a beautiful event. Like when this COVID hit, it hurt a lot of people.
Right. So when do you do that? Like what month or how long do you do
I
that?
usually start. What I try to do, I started last week, October. I try to get it going before they get the high school applications out to the eighth graders, so that way I get coaches coming. Like I'll send out the schedule to all the high school coaches so they can come check games. I've even put out a couple. Like if I've had some really outstanding players in there, I'll get it out to the coaches. Yo, I got this kid from Lefford, so I got this kid from my 11. He's tough. Or I got this guy. Come on down and check him out. And,
Did you do it this year?
I didn't do it this year because of COVID. I
Okay.
just
Okay.
finished. COVID hit in March, right, of 2020. I
Mm-hmm.
had my championship February. As a matter of fact, my boys took the last championship. My girls did not. Who won? I can't remember. A team from East New York won the girls championship, but my boys beat 323. And those are the kids. Most of those kids end up going over to the South Shore. All 6'5",
Okay.
6'7", yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the gym is packed. I get the food going. We got the grill going inside the George Foreman. it's a nice little event. Like all the family comes out, what have you. I did have one. There was talking in terms of fighting, right? Because I wasn't going to do any fighting. I'm not a fighter, but did have one team from the east. I had a father get out a little bit, and he was about to get checked by pretty much half of the gym. His team was getting killed. They were getting punched by about 30, 40, I don't know. Trying to, and most of the games I referee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to give his team all the calls, right? So now he's on the side, he's on the bench side. And he's yelling out, he's cursing, he's carrying on, what have you, right? And it's a community event. I tell Pop, listen, Pop, I don't mind all the cursing, whatever. I can't tell you, grown ass man. I can't tell you that. But you can't do that on the bench. If you're going to do all that, you're going to have to sit over here, right? And he was a little intoxicated. I can see it because he comes to the game to see his son. And he's usually a little intoxicated.
Mm-hmm.
He tells me, like, yo, I ain't going nowhere.
Mm-mm.
Pop, again, I need you to come over here. Yo, you heard what that fuss. I ain't going nowhere. No problem. My time. So I go to the front to let security know. Tell them, listen, I need this kid removed. I need this fella removed from the gym. He's a young fella in his 30s or whatever. I need him removed. He's being disrespectful. He's cursing, carrying. I need him removed. Before they got up, the light bulb went off. I'm like, wait a minute. I just came to the front to get security. All security are female. Why am I going to get some females here to come in and deal with this grown man? So needless to say, I just came back inside. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him, right? He didn't want to budge. I just finished the game up and was done with it. Just barred him from coming in the gym from here on out. I let the coach know from the school, coach, I know he comes to see his son. He can't come here anymore. If he comes through, I'm going to have to penalize your kids. I'm not even going to be able to play. And it was a done deal, But he was getting ready to, because I saw it in him like he wanted to square up and do something like that. And I had some other people in the gym, grown.
Oh yeah.
Right.
We know. We stay deep. What's gonna be a good situation for him?
No,
right.
Not in my house.
Right.
But thank God it didn't happen. So we was good. But like I say, it's a really good tournament. That's why I was asking you, like, have y'all ever came to the city? Because I would make an exception. Like if y'all came up during the school year with your team, I could get you countless games. Not AAU team, straight up junior high school. That would love.
The tough thing is with that, if you do it next year,
right?
If you do it next year, I will promise you to bring my son's team up.
Okay.
I will promise you to bring my son's team up, and I will put a team together just to play, because I know I got people that will want to come and play, and that can handle it, and I will handpick my guys. Of course, there'll be, junior high school era, that 7th, 8th grade.
Right.
Because they start playing basketball out here in 7th grade. We start in 6th.
Okay.
So out here it's 7th and 8th. So what it is 7th, 8th is one school.
Right.
9th and 10th is one school. Then 11th and 12th in some areas.
Okay.
Yeah, it's broken down like that. And when you play 7th grade out here, you have an A, B, C team. 8th grade, A, B, C team.
Gotcha.
9th grade, you got an A, B. 10th grade, you got a sophomore team, A and B. You know what I'm saying? So it's different out here. But if you do it next year, I promise you to put my team in your tournament. That'll be something that I would love to do and show support to you. And even if I don't put a team in it, I would definitely fly up and want to be a sponsor in some kind of way to where I can help you in any way. So that's something that I want to do for you, my brother.
Okay. Appreciate that, man.
You know what I'm saying? We got any more questions for Coach B?
Yeah, I just realized that we've been up here 2 hours, man. I said I
told you. I told you. Once you start talking, once you start telling them stories. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I told you that's how it is, man. When you start telling them stories. Anybody got any more questions for Coach B before I let him go? Because I know he's been on here for a while. I know he got to go wind down and probably got to get another drink in or something. I know he don't drink during the week or something.
I got to watch my Nets and bum ass James Harden, who I can't stand.
Yo,
that's a topic.
Yeah, we can talk about that if you want.
That's not basketball.
Not what he's doing is not basketball.
No, not basketball.
No,
He's
I
playing
like that.
ball. The other four guys is running track, man. Not good.
Yeah, yo, he do 17 steps before he pull up for a three.
Come on.
I don't like none of that. I don't. I tell
No.
my son all the time, if you do any type of step back, I'm gonna slap you. You better pull up directly,
Right.
hesitate, two dribbles, pull up, all that
Right.
step back. Nah, don't even get. That's not even basketball, man. That
Right.
is not. That's not bad. I mean, that's old school. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't get into the new school era where you take 3 steps to the left, 3 steps to the right, and nah.
Cha
Play the
cha.
old school fashion way. I don't like it. I love that boy Kyrie, man. I love Kyrie.
Oh, absolutely.
I just wish he'd get
Yeah. I
vaccinated so we can
forgot he
watch
was
some
playing
home
tonight.
games.
Yes.
Yeah, I watched them play last night, man.
Yeah,
22.
that hurt, man. That hurt.
Yeah, I know. That hurt. That no Damian Lillard and we still lose to Portland.
That really hurt. Absolutely right.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But it looked like everybody's drying out with the oh, hold up.
Opening up about Mike's.
My boy Tim, you said thanks for being a positive black man in the hood. You from Brooklyn. And you know what's funny? That he say that? Never knew you was from Queens. But thank you for telling me. Because I always thought you was from Brooklyn.
Queens, baby.
Always thought you from
Queens.
Brooklyn. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about it. Do you remember you invited me to play in a game at Murray Bertrand with you?
When you were in high school, or
I was in college then. Me and Jimmy U went to the game. I came to Lefferts to see you,
I was playing in the
and
game.
I think you was playing in the game, and we drove up with you to Murray Bertram to play in the game.
I think I do remember that. I'm trying to think
And
what
I think
tournament was that.
I'm kind of vague. I think I played in that game too.
I think so. I think Jimmy might
Was
have
it?
played also.
No, Jimmy didn't play
Jimmy
that
didn't
game.
play?
Mm-mm. Was it fun sport?
Wasn't fun sport, but I remember they had a tournament at Virtual. What was it? It might have been one of those corporate league games or something.
It was something, but I remember you taking us up there. We met you at Lefferts because I didn't think you was gonna tell us to come play.
Right.
And you was like, if you meet me after school, you gonna come play. And I said, all right. So when I showed up, you was like, all right, well, let's go. And I'm
Okay.
trying to remember the car you had. It might have been a Galant.
Wow. If you said Galan, it was definitely Galan. Because I
So
had a Galan.
see my memory. So,
Yes. I had a Galan now before I drove a Galan
yeah.
for about 10, 15 years, man.
See, that's how I
Yes.
remember. And you
Wow.
parked it on New York Avenue all the time. You
All
know
the
what I'm
time.
saying?
Got the early spot, baby.
So you know that my memory ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? I can
Right.
remember a couple of things, B.
Green
Uh,
Galan, I think. Yeah. Yes.
it was
Yes.
green. It was
Yes.
green with the tan seats.
Yes. Oh man.
Tree said, 'cause, Tree always asks this one question: if you could coach an NBA team,
Oh, it's my
what
Brooklyn
team?
Nets, man. Without a
What
doubt.
team
My
and
Brooklyn
why?
Nets.
Oh, the Nets. Okay.
Dr. J is my idol, man. That was my idol.
Mm.
Growing up, we used to have they used to have double headers on TV. It'd be the Knicks would play, and it was always on Channel 9, WWR. Knicks would play the first game, and the Nets would always have a late game. So I would purposely go to sleep like about 5, 6 o'clock, just so I would be up for that 10 o'clock Nets game. So I grew up, my first basketball, I asked mom for the red, white, and blue EVA ball. I didn't want no, orange ball. Dr. J was my guy. So it would be my next first move I would make. I would need to be the GM because as we were just talking, I'd have to get rid of James Harden.
Is he playing tonight? I don't know. Is he playing tonight?
I'm hoping. Now, I just realized the game is not on now. Oh, the game is at 10, I think, right?
Yeah, no, 9. Well, 10 your time, but 9. I'm trying to think. I know it's a back-to-back. I forgot who they was playing. And it's on TV.
They're playing the Bulls tonight. Yeah, I'm on the channel right
Yeah, the
now.
Bulls. Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, it's 9. I think it's 9. It's not.
No,
Well, it should be on then.
9 o'clock your time.
9 my time, 10 your time.
Right.
Yeah, late game. ESPN. Okay. So that's good.
I'm hoping that knee is still bothering him, man.
Yeah, let him sit out. Let Kyrie do his thing.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about him playing in just part-time games? Like, how do you feel? They went from one era of saying, no, we ain't going to play, and then they went from there, yeah, come on, let's come back and play.
I've been, as I said, retired 3 years, right? So I gave myself a retirement gift. I'm a season ticket holder for the last 3 years, 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
They and I got on board not 3 years. I got on board 2 weeks before we signed Kyrie and Kevin Durant. So I seemed like a genius. Like I was going to do this anyway with the team we had.
Mm-hmm.
So then I might have paid, oh God, about 8,000, 2 tickets, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they go to this year, they damn near double the price. I'm talking to my rep, like, yo, is this some sort of mistake? Like, why are we paying for, what happened with the price? He said, well, let me ask you, did you get your season ticket, before we signed KD, Kyrie, and James? I said, yeah. He said, that's why. You're paying for their salaries now. So I say that to say this whole Kyrie thing, and I spoke to my person. Like, I tried to see if I can get a refund because I told him straight up, I don't like James Harden. You can't pay me to see him play. I don't. If you can't give me my money back, why can't we, season ticket holders, get back that portion of his salary? You understand what I'm saying? Like if they pay, I think they say they're paying him $17 million.
Mm-hmm.
Why doesn't he forfeit that? And why don't you give that back to season ticket holders and just spread it out? Give us something. Because I'm paying extra, but I don't get to see this guy play. And I love him to death. Like he is like must see entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Him, Steph Curry.
Yeah,
I
that's
can watch
definitely.
days. Like that was a lovely game last night. Also, them in Memphis.
Oh, that boy.
Yeah, he's getting ready to become must see TV. Also, Ja Morant.
Yeah, John Morant about to be Special Olympics, boy. That boy different over there.
Yeah,
He making a name for himself.
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
obviously they ain't never give you no refund.
No. So what I end up doing, I mean, most of the games, I tried to, like I had sold because my whole thing once they jacked my price at the start of the season, I said, you know what, I'm gonna try and sell 20 of the tickets, 20 games, get my money back, then I get to watch 20 for free. Only tickets that I was able to sell, and I sold these like 2 months ago, was the LA game. So when LeBron comes in, because I'm not a LeBron fan either, I can watch that on TV.
Right.
Those tickets I got you. What I get like 600 a piece. So that knocked off a G already of my tab. And I was hoping I could have did that with the Clippers before Paul George got hurt, before Kawhi. I don't even know what's wrong with Kawhi.
Yeah, Kawhi's knee.
Right.
Yeah.
I was hoping I could get, being that Philly comes a couple times, I can get that with a full Philly team.
Joel Embiid. You couldn't get nothing with your man Curry coming into town.
I wasn't missing out.
Oh,
I
you
had to
wasn't
be
missing
that.
Curry.
I'm telling you, yeah,
Okay.
I'm a Curry fan, man. Curry can do no wrong in my eyes. And he playing defense this year now too. Ooh. So it's I don't know. Like tomorrow's game, I'm not tomorrow's game I'm not get those tickets to my niece. Saturday, probably get those to my brother. I just can't stomach to watch James Harden. If I
Who they
hear he's not
playing?
ahead of time,
They got games. They got games like that. Who they playing? They got 3 back-to-back games.
they got tomorrow. They got hold on 1 second. Tomorrow is
That's 3 games in a row.
tomorrow's OKC.
Oh,
And
okay.
then Saturday, I think it's the Pelicans, which if Zion was playing, I would have wanted to see that, but he's not playing either. So
Nah, Zion want to be a Knick.
is that what it is?
Yeah,
That'd
that's
be
what they
nice.
saying.
Even though I'm not a Knicks fan, man, but I like Zion.
That's what they saying. He want to be a Knick.
Okay.
Tyler Brown, what up, baby? All right, B. Well, I ain't gonna hold you too much, man. I want to say thank you for giving me your time and energy. We did 2 hours of
Yes.
talking trash and getting people to know who you are and things that you've done in the community, your coaching. Um, let people know about your tournament that you do again. I want people to be aware of that, and also let them know about the Saturday that when you're going to start getting that going.
Gotcha. Well, the tournament again is the Cougar Classic. We didn't do it this year because of COVID. I'm hoping I can come back strong next year. It's a middle school tournament. If anybody out there in the teaching or you know of a middle school looking to get in the tournament, it's the cheapest tournament out there, and you get the most bar none in any other tournament, which I didn't mention. I charge what I charge? 400 a team. That includes full uniform, referees fees are included, uh, 10 guaranteed games plus playoffs. All-star game. I outfit both all-star teams, boys and girls. I give out first and second place trophies. I used to give out jackets, but then I found out from the kids don't want jackets; they want trophies, which shocked me. As we get older, give me some clothes. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
need some clothes. Get
Right.
all that trophy.
But they get all of that, like I'm saying, $400. One of the best kept secrets. It's actually not a secret in Brooklyn. One of the best run tournaments in the city, bar none, junior high school. I'm still touring. I got to call a couple schools. I might do something come March if this whole COVID thing lifts a little bit. Because right now they're saying even in the junior high schools we have to follow PSAL rules and PSAL mandates that everybody be vaccinated. I got in the middle school right now. There's at least 75% of the kids that are not vaccinated. The parents are not. With this young stuff, more getting on board, but it wouldn't be enough to have full team. So I don't know. I might do a scaled down, abbreviated tournament come March. But if not, we going full throttle again starting next year in October.
You ever thought about doing that in the summer?
It's too much going on in the summer. And then I
Too
lose
much.
all,
Okay, I understand.
all the tournaments, the AAU. That's what makes it special. I start before everybody. Like I said, we start before high school starts.
Okay.
So got nothing to do. So they're coming here, we gonna play in this COVID class. And all the coaches are either I got principals coaching their schools, I got assistant principals, I got teachers. So that accountability is there.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
I could put out, I mention it, but I don't. It's not like mandatory with the tournament, like all your kids, passing all your classes and what have you. I trust that they're gonna do the right thing.
Right.
Right.
Sportsmanship, gentlemen.
Absolutely. All that goes hand in hand. Now, as far as the gym, I would say give me until check. This is January. I'm gonna try and get something going on Saturdays, second or third week of February. Get word. I got one of the kids. I don't know how old Jerry is now. Another kid that went to. I can't remember what Jerry's last name is. He's younger than you though, but he's in his 30s as well because he was the one who mentioned it to me. But I'll either get word out to him, or I might even get word out to somebody like a Cass or something, so then he can let the fellas know.
Okay.
Just know once I get it going, because this is all I'm doing this on the permit that's you basically for the kids. But I'm
I understand.
in such a way to the principal. This is this mentors program I got going on. I got brothers from the grown men from the community coming on in. I'm gonna invite the kid, some of the kids to come in as well. And there might actually be, who knows, there might actually be some real mentoring that can develop from this.
Might have to have a conversation for the first hour or something, or half an hour, whatever.
Absolutely. But the moment I get one little deviation from, cats just coming to play ball, anybody coming in drunk, high, whatever, I'm gonna have to shut it down. But I know cats because there's no way to play ball right now. Fellas want to get out there and play some ball, and I want to try and get something for them.
No doubt, B. Well, if you need anything from me, if you need my platform for anything or to promote whatever you got going on, like I said, when you do your league, I definitely want to either be a part of it and be a sponsor any way I possibly can. You just tell me what you need from me and my organization and my platform. I want to be there, even if I have to be on site. Al, I need you to come up for a couple of days and I'll interview kids or whatever. I think that'll be cool too. However you want to do it, anything for you, especially what you've done for me and what you've done for the community. I definitely want to help out any way I possibly can.
Okay.
Definitely about that.
Definitely.
Remember, everybody, that Saturday, be looking out for it because I know everybody keep talking about it. That's a good way to meet up and, we get that talking, that reunion, that alumni talking,
That's what's going to spark it, man. That's what's going to spark it right there. Yes.
Let's start it. Let's show up and show my brother some love, man. He showed us a lot of love. Let's show him some love. Yeah, remember, Life did it as well. So, we definitely got to show love. Rest in peace, Life. But, B, thank you, man. I really
We
appreciate you for
want to do
doing
it. I'm
this,
sorry. We
man.
want to do it the life way. For those
That's
that remember,
exactly.
Mike wasn't dealing with no bullshit. He will shut the gym down in a minute. Y'all want to fight, act like assholes? We shut down.
It's
Let's
over.
go.
Open
Over.
at 6. Open at 6. Close at 6:15. Y'all want to
That's
start
it.
playing?
All right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool, baby.
Even with the pastor in there, he was shutting it down.
Yeah, yeah.
You remember the pastor?
What was that? Reverend Jameson, right?
Right, Reverend Jameson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
But
He's still
B,
around?
again,
You would know, right, Al?
I don't know that answer. You would know better than I would.
Well, he was an old fella back then. Nah, he's probably passed on.
Yeah, you would know better than I would.
Yeah.
But thank you again, B. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Al. I appreciate this, man.
B, stay on a little bit longer. I got somebody who probably want to talk to you when this is over. We're gonna do this offline though. We ain't gonna talk too much online.
Uh-oh.
All right. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
8:16. We out. Thank you to our guest, Mr. Bryan Mariner. I appreciate you. Next week we're looking to have something special. Stay tuned and peace and love. I'll holler at y'all later.